Baba kuita kwenyu hakuna kufadza moyo una bam rajana ngari zuarana chiedza gambiza Jirise Mkoma, I need your number. I want to send something to you. That's fine. Let me log onto this Facebook page so that we can so that I can try and access this person. I'm trying to log on my Facebook page so that I can access someone who's just sent a message. Maswera sei vana veZimbabwe poshi zviri sei maswera sei vana veZimbabwe. I love you all. I love the people of Zimbabwe. I welcome you all here. 0044741177746. Right. Let me welcome everybody here. Tapinda. Thank you so much. Sorry guys, some people are going to find this topic boring. And some people, because I know most people who attend this show, they're not politicians. They're just ordinary members of Zimbabwe who want to see things moving. So as a result, some of our topics sometimes they become our topics sometimes become more political, and some topics become social topics, but it all depends on what suits you. And netamba yawe jamanyanya wajaire yawe shikai warukupinda. So this topic, today's topic, has been requested by someone. I'm not going to mention that person. He sent me a plea message to say, look, Shepherd, try to explain to Zimbabweans so that they understand the differences between President Nelson Chamisa and self-proclaimed MDC T leader Douglas Mwonzora. As knowledge mzimu adashika comrade Pindai. I salute you. So a lot, these guys in Zimbabwe, Lizuri say tipakurire yanasi tigute mkomanda fara mauya. Thanks atete. So what I'm saying is, today's topic is a bit different from a lot of topics that you are used to hear. It's a topic that has been requested by certain individual Ariku Zimbabwe. This guy is very much concerned why Douglas Mwonzora is losing a lot of people, because they are saying when Mwonzora took over MDC T president from Madam ZANU-PF, so we thought Douglas Mwonzora was the deal, but unfortunately a few weeks down the line, or just a month down the line, Douglas Mwonzora has lost momentum and is fast losing those people he thought might be supporting him. And this is why he is like punching members of parliament every time and then, that you must be mine. You must be mine, forcing people to say these people are mine. These members of parliament are mine. These councillors are mine. Kandini, ndini, zhangu. So someone requested me to say, why can't you dissect to the people, show the people the sound boy, the video 𝗍𝗲𝗀. Oh, okay. Let me put the mic. Nezuro ndakatsvaga mic ndikaishaya. Mdara Yuda mondisipaka kunyanya story yana Chidhumo. Okay, Tino, thank you. I've put a mic. Can you hear me now? Rondombo dzikisa chair. Chair again. No dzikisa chair now. If the sound is okay now, tell me, because I've put the. If the sound is fine, guys, just put my likes in my love. Then I will see that the sound is working. Because I've added something that can make the sound boom, and that can save my words. It's a very good mic that I've added. Say Mkoma. More busy say. Is that sound okay now? Yeah, bo, bo. Hello, Sandy. Zuri say, is the sound okay now, guys? Can I proceed? If the sound okay, let me proceed, ladies and gentlemen. There are quite some issues that I need to address here, which have been requested by someone in Zimbabwe. I'm not going to name that person because that person is so confidential. I never thought that those people would once day sit and listen to 𝗍𝗵𝗺 talking. So I've seen it today that our platform is growing. It's really growing. We are getting audience from certain offices that I never thought these offices would sit and listen to us. The guy was just complaining that I don't have data. So much of the sound bomb, Dara, thanks. Much of your presentations are too long. So I told him that, look, this yakadzipwa sound sharp. I think it's your gadget, Mdara Ukabi. Could be your gadget because kanu kandaisa panapa aka kakaipa manje. This thing is cannot safer sound. Background noise will go. Sakandosara ndine, it's like a condensed mic. Sakandosara ndine enough clear voice so everybody can hear me. It's like a condenser, this thing. Kanu dura. Dura so. It's a condenser. Saka no safer background noise. Saka you can hear voice language chairo. Saka those who are having problems with sound, I think it's your gadget. Log off, come back, then we talk. So the issue Ripanapa is you'd Fambane Bora, thanks trust. So the issue that I have today is an issue that was requested by certain office in Zimbabwe. That people thought Douglas Mwonzora was gonna be a better leader than President Chamisa. But this guy said, look, when Mwonzora came, sound is loud and clear, very loud and clear. Thank you, Mkanya. Hans akamoviswa phone yake ndozva inotiza sound ball because ndaisa ningirikini ndaisa safer sound saka wadi. So this is the issue now. This office requested me to differentiate or to tell you the differences between Mwonzora and the President Chamisa. So this is why you see I have written on the welcome or on the introduction that if you look at Douglas Mwonzora, he is not a leader. He is not a leader. He might want to force himself to lead a political party. Even if you compare Mwonzora and 𝗍𝗵𝗺 in herself is a leader than Mwonzora. So people said I should make it clear what do I call a leader, what is a leader and what is not a leader, which I'm going to do now. So I've looked at Mwonzora since he became Secretary General of the MDC, and he is self-proclaimed to become MDC T president, and later he is now claiming that he is the leader of MDC Alliance, a party that he said does not exist. He went to Parliament, wrote letters to the Speaker of Parliament, recalling members of Parliament from the August House, saying the following members I am recalling have ceased to be members of MDC T. They have joined a different entity which is known as MDC Alliance, and therefore I am withdrawing them on my capacity as Secretary General of the MDC T. Right. So looking at the MDC T, we have got an MDC T that participated in the election. That history cannot be erased because 𝗀𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗃 led MDC T and participated in the election. President Nelson Chamisa led MDC Alliance and participated in the election. These two things are the same things that were even caught by the Supreme Court judgment, that these people had moved on. But the best thing you could have done is to go back and have a Congress which will choose a leader. So before the HICC Congress, a lot of people had agreed that, okay, fine, let's go to the Congress, but let's make sure every MDC member participate in that Congress. Douglas Mwonzora issued a statement and he said Chamisa is not eligible to participate in that election because he ceased to be member of the MDC T. So that is controversial, the Supreme Court judgment, because the Supreme Court judgment, it recognized the 2014 structures, of which in those structures President Chamisa was holding a portfolio in that. So the Supreme Court even recognized him to have been part of that. Unfortunately, Douglas Mwonzora did not take the Supreme Court judgment back to where he was told to say, look, back to 2014. He began on the 𝗀𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗃 Congress and said those who participated in the 𝗀𝗲𝗀𝗃 Congress are not eligible to contest in HICC Congress, of which the Supreme Court said everything is erased, go back to 2014. But Douglas Mwonzora did not implement the judgment as it's supposed to be implemented, to erase everything and start afresh from 2014. So this marks his election as MDC T leader null and void, because first of all, they did not constitute a quorum for a Congress. This is why you see even 𝗀𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗃, I don't know why 𝗀𝗲𝗀𝗃 was so stupid not to cancel that Congress before it goes ahead. To say, look, we are just 1,000 people out of possible 5,000. So we cannot go ahead with an election, a Congress. This is not a Congress. This is just a province. 1,000 people, they're just a province. They don't constitute a quorum for a Congress to proceed. So when I was looking at all the shenanigans of Mwonzora up to today, and it does not surprise you why Mwonzora is fast losing people, because he thought people could say jam supporting him, but unfortunately it is going the other way around. Even if you see people from Kupe camp, they stopped attending any meetings Mwonzora because they don't recognize him as a leader. And 𝗀𝗶𝗱𝗀 said he is still the leader of the MDC because the Congress was null and void. It never constituted a quorum. Expose the power hungry. So what I'm saying is, I've been requested by someone to analyze Douglas Mwonzora's presidency. To me, I will say, Mwonzora is not a leader. He has shown not to be a leader. All the shenanigans that happened from 2014 until today, they have eliminated him from being a leader. The shenanigans have relegated him to just a mere manager. If we want to call him, he's just a mere manager, not a leader. Because if you look at the letters that he wrote recalling members of parliament, those letters cannot be written by a leader. They can only come from a manager who is managing an organization, not a leader. Not a leader. You understand? This is why you see those type of letters made President Tsvangirai to be condemned when he recalled the likes of BT. You understand? So when I'm looking at Mwonzora, I can see someone who just do a job known as overseeing a process. He's trying to create a political party which is not sticking. That political party will never stand. It will never stand. It doesn't have a backing. It's just a political party that is operating, It's a makeshift party. Let me be clear. The part that Mwonzora purports to lead is just a makeshift part. It's not a political part that has got a backing or a standing. When we went for elections in 2018, MDC T existed, and it had just 45,000 people around the country, which means they garnered people who are enough for a constituency, not a nation. So he is leading a makeshift party. He is the manager of that makeshift party. Anzi time chimbopinda mushona mngoma tite tichizwa. All right, mngoma mdzingwa. Thank you so much. I was trying to accommodate everybody. So let me explain again in Shona. Ndrukutaura kuti bato rikutungamirwa na Mwonzora Douglas. Ibato rakapinda ma elections kuma 2018. Rapinda ma elections kuma 2018. Alliance yakapinda mu 2018. Saka ukatarisa zvaitwa na Mwonzora kubva 2014 kusvika nhasi, zvikuratidza kuti haasi mutungamiri wokuti angatungamirire bato. Uyu munhu wokuti anogona kumaneja one or two things, not kuti he becomes a leader and get in charge of a big political party. He doesn't possess that leadership qualities. I'm going to talk about it later on so that you guys can agree or disagree with me. But this is my own analysis, which I've been requested to say, can you analyze, can you differentiate the difference between Mwonzora and Chamisa? So when we look at Chamisa as a leader, let me dwell on President Nelson Chamisa as a leader. What the people of Zimbabweans have seen in Chamisa for them to rally on Chamisa, or inini nda munhu wa Chamisa kana kuti inini nda kutotedzera Chamisa nda kufollowa Chamisa. There are certain traits that Zimbabweans, for instance myself, found in Chamisa that I believed in him. First of all, Chamisa wants to create the future. This is one trait that I've seen in Chamisa, that if you are a true Zimbabwean, you rally behind Chamisa because of that trait. He is someone who is creating a future for the country. He wants future of the country. If you look at Douglas Mwonzora, He's just overseeing a process aiming to say, this member of parliament in Dewangu, that councillor in Dewangu. He doesn't care about what is going to happen to that councillor in the next election. He doesn't care about what is going to happen to that member of parliament in the next election. Those people are in council and in election because due to the mess of the majority, the mass. Those people are voted, they are not appointed. So as a result, Douglas Mwonzora is destroying political careers for those guys. This is where you see lack of leadership. If you are destroying the people around you, because no matter what candidate Mwonzora will field, that candidate will never win anything in Zimbabwe. Mark my words, believe me, keep this video. 2013 is coming, by-elections are coming, Mwonzora will never win any seat in Zimbabwe as long as he still imposes himself as MDC T. Because what he's doing is he is overseeing a process, but he doesn't look at the future of the party. He's not concerned about the future of the country. If you listen to Chamisa talking, you will hear him always nailing to create or always railing to create a future Zimbabwe. Not a political party with zviripo ndezvangu, 𝗍𝗿𝗀𝗀𝗀 ndeyangu, member of parliament ndewangu, vanhu vese vari panapa ndevangu, mukadzi watsvangirai ndewangu. That doesn't work in politics. So this is the first trait that I've seen comparing the two, Mwonzora and the President Chamisa. So if you look at what Mwonzora is trying to do, he's trying to achieve a balance. That balance will make him like he will appear to be someone important. He's trying to achieve a balance to try to appear important when he is not important. If you look at President Chamisa, he's not concerned about looking important. He is concerned about change. He is concerned about needs to change the political system, reforms, the political arena, and everything, so that people of Zimbabwe can see freedom. People of Zimbabwe can enjoy change. So these are this is the second difference that I've noted. Douglas wants to look important. Managers, they want to look important. They don't care about what you feel. They don't care. He lacks vision. He doesn't have a vision. Thank you, 𝗍𝗿𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀. He doesn't have a vision. You understand? So I feel shame for those people who are still sticking to Douglas Mwonzora. Because I've seen a lot of people, they are backing off him now. If there are a message which are coming from Mwonzora, now they've backed off him. They've backed off him. He's fast losing the grip. This is why you see any member of parliament who refused to attend his meetings, you say, I'll recall you. Any councillor who is refusing to attend his meetings, you say, I'll recall you. Because he is trying to achieve a balance to look important, whilst he is not important at all. He is going nowhere, exactly nothing. This is what I'm saying. That the guy, he lacks leadership qualities. To him, he is a mere manager. Being a secretary general of a party, you become a mere manager. You become engraved into the management, the CEO part of the party. You become engraved in it. So you don't see leadership qualities. As Mwonzora was saved from mob humiliation by Chamisa, what you saw at Sakuba in that video, that will never change. That has worsened because of these recalls which he did. So what I'm saying is, he is just overseeing a process. He just want to achieve a balance so that he look important. People pray him. You understand? He wants people to kneel before him and pray him. We have to stop this bill. That bill was crafted by Mwonzora and the Mangwana. This is why you see he first crippled the parliament. It was a calculated move for that bill to sail through. So what they did is they made sure they crippled the parliament to avoid or to remove scrutinization and debate in parliament. At the moment, all those parliamentarians who are left in the parliament from MDC Alliance are just people who are scared. If I don't do this, I'll be recalled. I've never worked anywhere. This is my first car to drive. This is my first salary in my life. So if I'm recalled, like what what she was saying, that woman probably never worked anywhere. She was just appointed to be a senator because and the people just gave her that position because as a result, TV sales and if I'm recalled, I've got no man to pay it. When I want US dollars, $17,000, but he failed to buy a television for his mother. You understand? As you, my man, of the moment I said it, Mwonzora is eunuch. Thank you so much, a castrated man. So what I'm saying is, he is a person who is just a manager, who is just overseeing the current process. He wants to be important in politics, to say people who kneel down before him and say, please, Msa, don't recall me. What he thinks at the moment is just execution of anything that he believes in. His beliefs, he just execute his beliefs. And if you see everything that he's doing, he has never consulted anyone in MDC Alliance, in MDC T. This is why you see a lot of people are backing off from Mwonzora, because most of his decisions are one-man decisions. And those decisions are made after consultation with the poor Mangwana. That means if you hear Machinja, this is a surrogate of ZANU PF, this is where they are buying it from. Mwonzora is so comfortable with poor Mangwana. All the decisions that he do not consult anyone in MDC. He does not consult anyone at all. He does it. He is just a one-man band. So to him, he is comfortable being a manager, not a leader of a political party. He is comfortable with control, as I have mentioned earlier on. His problems are just that he needs a resolution. And that resolution, he needs it ASAP, as soon as possible. He doesn't have a vision that this problem that I'm creating now, what is it going to do in the future? So he lacks the future vision of everything that he does. What he does are short-term benefits. He wants resolutions as early as possible. So those are the qualities of a manager, not a political leader. So these are the qualities of a manager, not the qualities of a political leader. If you look at everything that he has done so far, the procedure will make him king, not a political leader. He wants to be called king. Vanhu vachimuombera, vanhu vachimupfugamira. Izvo zvizvo vanhu vese arongoti ngangodai Lilian chayakataura zvikanzi kuti motikari yangu isatorwa ndakatozonojoina ZANU PF. Because that was recalled nandakutorerwa mota naMwonzora. You understand? So guys, let's dissect him exactly like what people requested. I'm just looking at whatever he did from 2014 up to now, he lacks leadership qualities. I know people might interchange with a leader, manager is one thing. No. They are two different things. And 𝗍𝗏𝗀𝗀𝗀 egoistically obsessed with himself. Exactly. He wants like to be a king. Thanks, Fatso. He wants to be a king. He gives decisions on his own. He do not consult anyone. If you ask Kuspe, did you recall any member of parliament? Kuspe never recalled any member of parliament. Why should I do that? Kuspe is saying he never recalled any member of parliament. And he has got no reason to do that. That's what Kuspe said. So he's saying Douglas Mwonzora is making these decisions alone. He has never consulted anyone to ask the guys to say any situation so that he doesn't jeopardize his political career mangwana. So he's just a stooge, someone who doesn't have a vision, who just want resolutions now, despite that those resolutions will hurt his political career tomorrow. And this is the last you have seen Douglas Mwonzora in parliament. You will never see anyone from MDC T in parliament again. But I must again, to make matters worse, Mwonzora used the police. That alone, 𝗍𝗏𝗀𝗀𝗀 made him the enemy of these people, because Mwonzora was given the services of the support unit, and he went also with presidential guard, those guys in civilian armed, to go and raid MDC Alliance usiku. Why didn't he come in the afternoon? If he is genuinely MDC leader, he could have come in the afternoon. He never did that. He waited and operated during darkness. He brought members of the support unit. He brought the presidential guard. He was given assistance of the presidential guard to storm the building and beat up those security guys who were inside. That makes him feel like a king. It makes him feel like a king. So what we are saying is this is why a lot of people are now backing off him. I sent a message to Mzuri asking him, have you ever seen Morgan Tsvangirai being given the services of the presidential guard? Not even a day. I've never seen MDC head office ichigadwa nemasoja kana nemapurisa. Ukaona vauya vanenge vachida kukanda mategas kupwanya mawindo nekupinda nekunorova vanhu vachitanzi mune mapfumo mune chii munomu. I've never seen them driving one function of MDC, installing another function of MDC. So he just feel like he wants to be a king. So he just instructed the presidential guard, instructed the support unit guys to say, drive MDC Alliance out of Harvest House. And he went on to lie that a smooth transition was done. Imagine, all right, a clear lie. So it doesn't make him look a leader. He's just like a manager who's trying just to get something immediately and does not care about the come and loss tomorrow. So this issue has driven him to where he is today. This is why you see a lot of people are now backing off Mwonzora. Nazvamwafana veyouth vangawaida zvikanzi Mwonzora anourayisa mudhara. Ndati kumbada uri kuti zvikanzi atifoneramwe mufana zvikanzi mudhara Mwonzora ari kuurayisa ari kuchekeresa. Ndikati ndau zvikanzi mirai muone. That guy andavhurika maziso nhasi. That guy is ZANU PF. Ndikasaka maitera muchiti muri kuenda kupa wafana. Now mapindana nacho zvikanzi that guy is ZANU PF. Imbotarisai the people who back him. And zvatiri kuona zviri kuitwa soka. That MDC has been infiltrated for too long that mamsingazvizive. So you see what I am talking about. Those are the qualities of someone who is just a manager, who do not care about the direction the organization is taking. Following Douglas Mwonzora is just like unotsinzinya maso ako, then start walking uchipinda mchimoto, you burn. You definitely burn. Look, turning to President Nelson Chamisa. Let's look at President Nelson Chamisa. These traits, you believe me. What I've observed about the man. This is my opinion, and this is the opinion that has been requested by certain office that I never thought would listen to our presentation. Saka, gatinyasoroma presentations are zvakasimba vakomana. And the ZANU PF government, they use Mwonzora to kill MDC, so Zimbabweans, we need this exactly, Kolisan. This is why they are saying now, Zimbabwe is, we are driving Zimbabwe towards a one-party state. Because they have seen a willing tool in Douglas Mwonzora, because he needs to eat. So they are trying to drive Zimbabwe to a one-party state. This is the bill that they crafted Mwonzora and Paul Mangwana. That the bill will say they want a one-party state. Any other political party will be banned in Zimbabwe. And it honor. As a true, imagine that's where he comes from. So let's look at President Nelson Chamisa. The qualities that I've emulated, the qualities that made me follow the gentleman. First of all, I've said this before. The guy wants to create the future. Because I'm turning 50, but I'm still looking for the future, 20 years to come. Zimbabwe must be at a certain level. I'll be around 70. I'll be still around. Then chipo. So Chamisa is looking 10, 20 years from now. He's not looking at what we are getting from parliament. What he is supposed to be given. Akavuma kutora that the position leader with opposition in parliament. He's not looking at that. This is why he said, I can't be in parliament being leader of opposition whilst 99% of Zimbabweans are not employed. So create jobs for those people first, then later Monditi Chamisa Chuya utungamirire pano ndinoenda. But now Anjito ndipinde nditungamirire vanhu 10. We also have got 16 million people outside who are starving. So this is where you see leadership. To say, can I have a political leader akadaro, you need I'll follow. Right? Chamisa, he needs to create change in the country. Every time he speaks, he's talking about change. This is why you see even Simon Kaya-Moyo reacted by saying he wants to deploy soldiers to go and shoot down the speech. The world was shocked. The world was shocked when this guy, Simon Kaya-Moyo, said he's deploying, he's making the soldiers ready. He's making the police ready. Because our soldiers, our police have become tools of oppression. They are being used for personal gains, whilst they gain nothing. Our soldiers are not being paid enough. The police are not paid enough. Once you don't pay those people enough, they engage in corruption. Kana kudya chako avana zvekudya. So what for them to eat, then they have to do corruption. But the Chamisa is saying he needs to make change to make sure that those police are well paid. Our soldiers are well paid. Unofana kudada undiri msoja. Ukauya ku UK unodada. Ukaona msoja muno anodada undiri msoja. Ukaona the way they dress. Namboshana nemwe msoja wechikazi uku ndakati aya ndo masoja. The way they dress, the type of food they eat, the cars that they drive. Atakabva kure neMDC vamwe no wonder why tisina kumbobvira tatevera Mwonzora. Thank you Ngoma Tafazo. So a lot of guys are now going back to say, this is not the leader that we want. He doesn't have leadership qualities. He's just like a manager. Secretary General Chet. He was just like a Secretary General. And I was shocked one day when he was giving a speech when he was campaigning to be president of MDC Alliance in 𝗀𝗲𝗀𝗀. He said, I am the only person with the keys to defeat ZANU PF. I don't forget that speech. That's what he said. But looking at him, as a Secretary General of a party. He was the person who was supposed to unlock everything to make sure that ZANU PF loses. He failed as a Secretary General. Now he wants to be president of a party. How are you going to unlock that when you are now a president? Because most of the management of a political party is centered on the Secretary General of the party. So failure to defeat ZANU PF is the failure of the Secretary General. This is why you see Titaro Secretary General of Taza, Takudamwe Secretary General. Mistake yakaita ndeyekuti office yakaholda yeusecretary general ndo inopimwa nayo kuti tione kuti une zvawakaitira party here. 2013 takaona sikaonekwe mudziwebwe. Kubva pa 2014 kusvika vatsvangirai vazoparara takaona sikaonekwe mudziwebwe. We have seen people destroying. Usati kunonzi kutora sando muchipwanya political party MDC chipwanyiwa kusara yawa vhuru. He is the same person who recalled 𝗍𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗃𝗀 from parliament. It's not Chamisa. And Shepherd wakachena nas. Oh, thank you, 𝗍𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗃𝗀. Thank you so much. So what I'm saying here is Chamisa thinks ideal. He's always ahead of everything, thinking ideas. Twitter say, how do we go about it? He welcomes risks. Makamzwa, his speech yakataura Chamisa akataura kuti it's time now Zimbabweans we should consider that we need to demand our freedom. So he was welcoming a risk. This is what leaders do. Leaders, they see problems as they come. And I feel sorry. Why disturbing me every time? Take that charger, stay with it, close my door. COVID.
I'm going upstairs.
My month is 20 to 9.
Tonight now?
Month.
No. I just want to say you can open the doors and lights.
Alright. It's okay. Sorry guys, Anzikasi makavhura anziko na Celestino studio 𝗍𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗃 nekuti mamuri makashongedza kunge mustudio. Amusi mustudio, library. Close my door. Amusi mustudio, library. I created a library for myself to read. And Tinashe Jonas na Mwonzora are the same. We came a long way with the struggle. MDC Mwonzora and the team will pay the people's sacrifice one day. Definitely already he started paying the people's sacrifice. Because the people who followed him, who thought there is future in Mwonzora, they've seen otherwise. They've seen what we saw that made us not follow him. And Saka, if you look at Chamisa, he sees problems as opportunities. He sees problems as an opportunity. The problem that we have, a leader sees those problems as an opportunity and create an environment where people would strive in that type of environment. If you look at what is happening today, it's only ZANU PF which is allowed to do marallies. Vana Timovyes vachimhanya vachita marari ndadzoka kuZANU, vanani vachita marari. MDC Alliance are not even allowed kungonoungana nyangwa kaita 2 vandosungwa. We have got Honorable Mamombe who is in prison right now. Kuti wakase wakaenda up. You understand what you mean? So substance. If you look at Chamisa, he has got this substance, thumbs up the king. Yekuti magenga kana zvaoma kana zvikarema sei ngatisimukei. A leader strives in that environment where we say we need a leader. Zimbabwe has got a leadership vacuum, and having a leadership vacuum, we still have leaders in our country who are being trampled down by the system. Kuti Chamisa haafanirwi kutungamirira kana any organization. Now you and me, we are being told by ZANU PF kuti Chamisa haafanira leader we-MDC. Who is ZANU PF? Animona. Who is ZANU PF? If you look at the leadership qualities that made me follow Chamisa, there is this high emotional intelligence in that guy. Things that I said, yeah. Ndega ndakagara ndakagutsikana kuti paita vakuru pano. Adidi kana zvikarema sei ndichatevera pano. You understand what I mean, guys? Hanzi vanhu vakatevera Mwonzora vanhu vaida kungonodya. Vanhu vemari, boss Mwonzora aipuwa mari neZANU. Saka people thought Mwonzora ane mari, and mari alliance yaakashandisa yekuparliament. If you look at my parliamentary portfolios, I atonyora kuti so much was disbursed to MDC Alliance. So it never went to MDC Alliance. It went to MDC T, which lost the election in 2018. Because ZANU PF, when they are disbursing that money, they are not disbursing it on account of who has been elected a leader Musunon. They are disbursing that money on account of which political party participated in 2018 elections. So if that money belongs to Alliance, it has to go to Alliance. Mbate ipapo. Antinashi Jonas is a mental case. Mkoma tisirwai. Mbada anonzi Tinashi Jonas uyaweka. Kurererwa panodziya. Vanoziva zvandotaura kurererwa panodziya. Na mai vake vakamubereka vakamurerera panodziya. Saka problem iri apa ndeyekuti mufana anongonyoka kutaura but haafani kuregererwa nekuti imboko. Mboko hairegererwe. Mboko inomboratidzwa kunzi umboko. Ngaumbopera mbichana. Andinoona. And good luck anogara kuna South Africa. It's a lawlessness country. Saka mboko unofana kuratidzwa kunzi umboko ngaumboita ushoma. Haungaregere benzi richi ukasekerera benzi rodya sipo. Muri kunzwa nyaya ndikutaura? Dickson ndakwa. Zviri sei. Mungasekerera benzi rodya sipo. Muchikoti munhu imboko muchimuregerera achita zvaari kuita zvezvo. Achaenderera. Andinoona. Achaenderera. Arikutoenderera. Arikurudunuka sejuzi rarudunurai. Arikurudunuka sejuzi reshinda. Vanhu vachimuregerera. Mufana kumusona chopazi asati aenda kure. Hasa ndidi kana kumuona. Achasangana nesu zvaka asati. Hadzi madam kubesinzi vapuwa mbama vakasungoti zi vakaitawo era mai vaya. Andidi mona. Vanga vazviitira ka political party kawo kavaitungamirira. Vanga vapakonawo pavo vachiti panapa ndopakona pangu. Ndodyawo ngepo. Kana kuPollard, I don't think she's still going. Jonas is irrelevant. Anda shamu ine munyu. Kwete shamu ine munyu mukoma musi. Anda unyatsobatwa. Andimona. Munhu akadaro munomubata. Munyatsomubata. Kuti mumuratidza kuti iwewe kana kupenga kwako hatikuregerere nekuti unopenga. Handitofanira kuratidza kuti kupenga uku pengera kwawakaroyiwa. Usapengere kwawusina kuroyiwa. So, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to this platform today. This platform, this topic has been requested by a certain office in Zimbabwe. That office wanted me to dissect the leadership of President Nelson Chamisa and the management role of Douglas Mwonzora, so that people can make an informed decision. Because once you get informed, you can make an informed decision to say, Noramba ndiri kwa Mwonzora here. Saka, people wanted to know who was the best or who has the best leadership qualities. So to me, I've said Mwonzora is not a leader. He is just a manager, a person who's concerned of what is happening now. He doesn't know about the future. And he really understands that his future is, his political future, yapera, yaparara. And Mukuzei, Musiyama Zviri say. So, what are the traits that made Chamisa to be a great leader? And what are the traits that I have seen in Mwonzora that makes him a mere manager? And what characteristics that are all great leaders share? I've looked at great leaders. If you go, a good example, a leader of our time, Obama, has got some great leadership qualities which Chamisa share. He has got similar leadership qualities with Obama. He has got this charismatic that used to be adorned. Nana Martin Luther King. This is why it's easy to like Chamisa. It's easy to like Chamisa. Unless you were never involved in the politics of MDC, you don't see what I'm telling you. So if you don't see what I'm telling you, learn now and learn to understand Chamisa and learn to love him. Asi munosimba ere ndakasimba Mwonzora akaramba kunyanga wadu kumuona. You understand? So what I've said on my introduction part, it's like those are the essential traits of a leader and the essential traits of a mere manager if we look at Mwonzora. It does not matter if Chamisa is leading a team depleted at the moment, because whatever he set up, Chamisa, some people were trying to destroy, and they wanted to destroy the entire organization. But luckily, his leadership qualities has made the organization stand. And up to now, that organization is still standing. No matter what ZANU PF wanted, destroy MDC Alliance, take their surrogate, impose him and say, we are now a one-party state. MDC is part of our bigger picture. As Mwonzora's political future is doomed. It is gone. Asina political future. Mazwana andichaona mbuya Feresu. Professor Feresu akadona pana apa vauya. Vaifunga kuti vanoziva sterek. Tikawawisira pasi. Saka mazwana tazorora kutukwa. Mwonzora is just concerned when we talk of leaders, we talk of Nelson Chamisa 𝗍𝗵𝗺𝗏. Yes. Exactly. This is what we are saying here. Like mom. Prince Tole. Chamisa is great. He is a great leader. He is a great leader. Leadership, if you look at, let's say leaders, they must have a vision. When we say Chamisa is a great leader, we are not talking of Chamisa Munu. We are talking of Chamisa's set of vision. What he has for the country. He gets people to believe in that vision. So those are leadership qualities that people should follow. Douglas Mwonzora does not possess those qualities. Douglas Mwonzora does not make people believe in him or believe in any of his vision. This is why he's saying, ukatadza kuuya ku meeting uri councillor, I'll recall you. Ukatadza kuuya ku meeting uri member of parliament, I'll recall you. Vafana vaya vana kwavakamboshanda. Kutoshanda ukanzuru kuti watowana kudya. Kutopinda ku parliament wavhotera kuti watowana kudya. As a result, vafana vaya, they've got no option. They've got to go to attend those meetings. And more. So I feel sorry for them, because in the next election, they are not going to be spared by the masses. The masses are putting them in the same basket with the Mwonzora, and they won't come back again in politics. I always give a very good example. I always give a very good example. The vice chairman wedu Job Scan. Job no garachitaura because we are close. Saka Job, I can make him a very good example because we are close. So what I'm saying is, I've seen political heavyweights losing in the constituencies that they once win resoundingly. Nyaradzi Gwisai akavhotwa navanhu 7 kwaIfields. Ati shinga mshandi shinga. Wiwo akavhotwa navanhu less than 700. Muconstitutions yakarova over 20 something thousand per 2000. Saka what we are saying is, the people of Zimbabwe, they follow your leader. Wangwesa face ya Chamisa chete kana uri councillor unongo wina. Kasa face ya Chamisa kana uri member of parliament unongo wina. Dala ndiri kuZimbabwe ndichikamena da parliament member of parliament ndaiti musaisa face yangu ipapo isai face ya president Chamisa, because I know kuti ndochi the brand that will make me win. And anymore, because he has got a vision. And the people are following that vision. He make people believe in him, which are leadership qualities. This vision is something that everyone should aspire to. The vision that President Chamisa has been talking about. You must aspire to. In everything that our leader do, we must aspire to do everything that our leader do. We need to support President Nelson Chamisa. I'm pleased that those guys who had gone to Mwonzora, they've seen it now and they're trailing back, leaving him. So find the people who support that vision. That's what the leader does. Chamisa knows he's got the vision. And it's easy for him to be followed. And we, as 𝗍𝗵𝗺𝗀, I'm trying to find the people who share the same vision with the President Nelson Chamisa. And we need to help him spread that vision to the country, Zimbabwe. Ndakazwa kana mkanya vachitaura mkanya mapfumo. The person, gaini bokutaurirai, Thomas Mapfumo, gaini ngo Thomas Mapfumo, but ndofana kuti Dr. Mapfumo, kana kuti mukoma Thomas Mapfumo. What he did is, he's the first person in Zimbabwe. The first person in Zimbabwe. Akataura kuti vanatsvangirai, maitira muita politics dzenyu haasiriwo. Wadiwasira wafana vanachamisa. Pasati paitika madhisinyongoro ese. Ndosaka ichitaura kuti musadherera mukanya Dr. Mapfumo. That man imhondoro muZimbabwe. And that man hafaniri kushungurudzwa. That man munomufanira kusiya achitaura. Dai ZANU PF yakangwara yaiteerera Mapfumo achitaura kuti varume itai zvakati. Varume mimi itai zvakati. Ndakazwa kudhara vatsvangirai vasati vafa. Mukanya vakataura. Mukanya vakati, ndikuona zviri kuitwa nana vatsvangira izvi. Vadii kusiyira vafana vanachamisa avo. That means he endorsed Nelson Chamisa before everything zvatakuona zvaitika izvi. Mukanya is the first person kuendorsa President Chamisa as the president muZimbabwe. Imhondoro iyayo musadherera. Imi muteererai kana vakuru vachitaura. And hanzi majority ema MPs and councillors vakatevera Mwonzora nekuda mari havachadiwe kwese. They are there for fear. Because vafana vazhinji vacho they've never worked anyway. Ukatoona vari kumira vachiti recallers avayo ndo varume. And next time vafana vaya varume vaise kuma constituents vaite ma MP. Andimuona nyaya ndikutaura. So what I'm saying is, from what Dr. Thomas Mapfumo said before Chamisa even contested to be the president of Zimbabwe, he endorsed President Chamisa. Vamapfumo ndo vakativhura maziso kuona kuti ku-MDC tine munhu anonzi Chamisa who is capable of leading that party. Gary, how are you, my brother? So what I'm saying, leaders must be excellent in oral and written communication. Ndakaverenga imwe article yakanyorwa naPresident Chamisa yakabuda muGuardian newspaper. And I've listened to him speaking on daily basis. Kana musina ma-speeches avo, you can follow his speeches. Amakuona ari kukatwa nemazanu PF, varongokata pavanoda chete obva kuti tererai. That's propaganda. Ask anyone anenge akata kuti please, can you give us a full video so that we see. Vanokata votora paona. Zvafanira kuti ukakata zvandiri kutaura izvi, unotora paunoda and you can use that against me, which is not in context of whatever I wanted to say throughout that video. So what I'm saying now is, a leader, you must tailor even your message based on the audience. If you look at President Chamisa, he doesn't make you feel angry or feel alienated. Chamisa includes every member of the MDC every time he goes live to talk about MDC. hanzi baba munomuonero twiza ndokuona kwacho tikutaura mukomadhagi zviri kumberi zvekuti we have got someone who's talking about our future, my children's future. Don't be promised any future in ZANU PF. There is no more future that ZANU PF can promise you. Today it's 42 years after independence. I was promised the future when I was 8 years old. That these are the future leaders of this country. Stand up and say you are a future leader of Zimbabwe. You'll be killed in Zimbabwe. And please do not understand my point about Chamisa, but if you would listen, Nagari, listen without judgment and select your attention, you will see what I am suggesting Chamisa should have done. Give a suggestion, Gary. Thanks. So what I'm saying is, leaders actively listen. They've got this empath, a core component of leadership. If you look at President Nelson Chamisa, if you listen to him talking, you can tell these qualities are inborn, innate. We say innate qualities. Which things he was born with. Things that he never learned. He's empathetic. He never learned that. It's inborn quality. Too many leaders today are too busy, are too busy talking, and they spend any real time most of them, they don't spend time listening. Most leaders, they don't spend time listening. But I've even said to myself, when Chamisa was quiet, even ZANU PF, they were ululating. They were ululating that he's finished now. ZANU PF was ululating when President Chamisa was quiet. They were engaged in all shenanigans that they thought, oh, the man is finished. And vaitambarara miswe. Nakavaudza ndikati ZANU mukadhonza zvombo zvinotsika. Vachitambarara miswe. Chamisa akangotaura once, one day. He never spoke for almost a year. He just spoke one day. ZANU pesa yaipururudza. Chamisa wapera. Hatazompedza. Vagadzira a makeshift MDC T. And they thought they finished him. And he came with a bang. Everything that they were doing, Chamisa was listening. Those are leadership qualities that we need. Too many leaders today are busy talking and are not spending any real time trying to listen or truly listening. This is why I see President Chamisa was quiet. People asking, why can't he talk? Why can't he do this? I said, the time is coming. He is going to talk. And he just had one nation address to show his leadership qualities. MDC T Mwonzora yakarespond pakanonyorwa ise vanomaka vakamaka kana nechirungu chacho ndakati vana shepherd sivatauri chirungu chakadai. Ukaona kuti chirungu hauchigone, guys, zvazvinoitaka, spend your time, because chirungu is a second language. It doesn't show that you are educated, or it doesn't show, it's not a measure of intelligence, chirungu. But network, I think they are tampering again with my network. Pakaipa, guys. As maswera same dara yuda Jose ndaswera nomo ndakazvarwa ZANU iripo no takazvarwa iripo, ma promises takamaona, nothing came. Future housing for all by the year 2000, nothing came. Health for all by the way 2010, nothing came. Nothing came. Zvandutaura zvese the ZANU PF used to put my 5-year programs. Make sure after 5 years you must achieve this. After 5 years you must achieve this. Kwakusina kana ma sanctions 1980. Right, by 1985 gorere masimba evanhu. By 1990 igorere zvakati. By 1995 igorere zvakati, by 2000 igorere zvakati. Zvodai vai-implementa those policies that they were talking about. Patakasvika 2000, ingadai so kana political party nonzi MDC nambofoma. Because vanhu vaiti tichada party yakagadzirwa, mvura tiri kunwa yakachena, ndege dzedu tinadzo dziri kumhara, vanhu vari kumamisha vane magetsi. Zvese ZANU PF was promising all this as our future, but it never came. It never came. Instead, vakunotaura one party state. What have you done to the country? What have you done for the people? So we are talking of development. Did you develop Zimbabwe so that people can vote you? So that people can... network, ameno zvairi kuita. Someone might try, let me check if anyone is tampering with my network. No, it's my network. Monregerera guys, network yacho rachidona. Asazvamboitika izvi. And Chamisa's greatest strength is that he defies his own narrative. He doesn't speak because ZANU PF wants him to speak. He speaks when he is ready to speak. And Chamisa is the best foot forward. Thank you so much. Sinclair really said. So we are talking about development. Comparing Douglas Mwonzora to Chamisa, azviti vakomana. Audire mvura motikari diesel haifambi. Ukadira petru, ukadira mvura mutengi repetru, motikari haifambe. Saka mwana madira Douglas Mwonzora, mutengi MDC haifambe. Bata ipapo. Yave bo. Bata ipapo. Ukadira mvura, mutengi remota, motikari haifambe. Mukadira Mwonzora, mutengi MDC haifambe. Network bomb koma yanga yati nya yaenda. So for the organization to succeed, they must work together as a team. Chamisa knows that. This is why he's working with the people of Zimbabwe as a team. And if you look at Chamisa today, everyone needs to be around him. Chamisa is like a piece of gold that everyone wants to have a feel. So let's avoid my breakdowns. Let's avoid a breakdown in everything that we are doing. Everyone needs to do their piece, or there will be some breakdowns. You need to do your piece. I need to do my piece. But leader tinavokudara. We've got a leader already in Chamisa. We've got a president already in Chamisa. So what it means, it's you and me. We need to do our pieces. You cannot go kunodira mvura mutengi. Mwonzora imvura mudiziri. Mwonzora imvura mumota. That will never move. Andimugona. Haifambe MDC na Mwonzora. Kuna kwainoenda. Mashenanigans ake ese akaita until now. They don't go anywhere. Sorry, Gary. I can't add because I think my phone has got a problem, Gary. What I will do is tomorrow I'll try to use this phone. I'll try to go on iPhone and see because something's wrong with this phone. The volume will go. I'm sorry, my brother. I wanted like someone to talk. Thank you so much. Let's stop wasting time. It has been requested, Mgoma Arnold. It has been requested by a certain office that Shepherd analyze the leadership of Mwonzora and the leadership of President Nelson Chamisa. So at the end, I said to myself, I'm not going to call Mwonzora a leader. I'll call him a mere manager. Because if you try to call him a leader, it doesn't suit that title. That title only suits Chamisa at the moment, not Douglas Mwonzora. He is not a leader. He is just a manager. As pay attention to my long comments, please. I can't see them, Gary. Where are they? Where are they? I can read them, but I can't see them here. I can't see. Ed. and Chamisa anodiwa nemunhu wese kunge oxygen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So what I'm saying is oxygen tinayo kudhara, munhu tinadzo. Let's breathe. Because failure to have oxygen, that's the death of you. So as a leader, President Nelson Chamisa, he understands the people's needs. He understands the needs of the team that is around him. He is the key to decision making. And Chamisa, now, I think by now, if you look at what is happening around him, he has been surrounded with the key decision makers. If you look around Chamisa, you see key decision makers. If you see him, that might include my direct contacts ake, my supporters ake, tikada kutarisa mashamwari ake anawo ezvinezvi. He surrounded himself with experts. Someone was saying MDC yakawanisa ma lawyers. Ndikati it's not MDC yakawanisa ma lawyers. Chinhu chekuti muZimbabwe vanhu vanofunga kuti ukaita lawyer zvashamisa. Anditi maona. Kuenda kuIndia ma lawyers mashoma. Ma lawyer kuIndia ndomaona munomuna na UK ma Indians ma lawyer. Ukaenda kuIndia unoona ma engineers. Because my university they offer my engineering courses. As you scroll down, you will see the point I made about Chamisa. Target Gary, then I'll read it. And Chamisa igungwa wamgoni, igungwa reari. And the volume you can end of foot, guys. Can you confirm? Can you hear me? B Maponga, Anna Maponga volume. If you can hear me, hit my likes. Because Mkoma Maponga might your gadget might be playing some tricks. Zimbabweans tisu tinesimba. Rikusaruza vanhu vatunoda. Don't be shaken by these charlatans. Hande ina Chamisa. And the volume bo na atete mass. So your volume bo na togara busy. So it means your gadget has got a problem. Log off and come back again. That's no volume bo. Boss kanukandina kwaka guys. Aka kona katadza kubata volume aka. Boss aka kana ndikanukaisa uko. Ndikaisa my headphones out ndonzwa. This thing is dangerous. Andimona. Kanopfura anorecordeswa music aka kakaipa aka varumaka. Kanhu kakausaka dherero kana ndakabairira. Unenda ndapedza zvevolume zvese. So what we are saying now is Chamisa, and yes, we can hear you say thank you so much. Loud and clear. Thank you. So as a leader, if you look around Chamisa now, you can agree with me that the lieutenants that he has surrounded himself are the lieutenants that are ready to go. Last time ndakanzwa 𝗀𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀 who had squeezed himself pana President Chamisa akutaura kuti I was spying on this young man all along. That means 𝗀𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀 was even spying on President Tsvangirai. When Tsvangirai died, he went on to spy on Chamisa. That means 𝗀𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀 is a planted spy. And unaona I pay allegiance ngekuti vanhu vaiti 𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 zviita vanhu vasikadoti aruze, but akazotaura ega nemuromo wake. Hapana munhu akamupaka mashoko ekuti I was spying on this young man all along. Pakati all along ndo pandakarwa nehana. Ndakafenda ndakagara panapa speech yacho achipa. Ndakabva ndatoneta. Madhamu akazomhanya nemvura. Kuti Shapiro ndikati mukadzi ndaneta. Zvikanzi ndikati yaunzwe zvitaurwa naKomichi. Ndikati pese pataiti chairman tichimhanya chairman kuma elections mhanya vaitopuwa mari vaisa muhomo muchibhachi chavo cheche vachizoti Chamisa akadyiwa election. Vari kutaura avo vaKomichi kuti he was spying on us all along. That means Tsvangirai vakapedza naye ndakazwa kana chinonzani chimfana cheche Servius Kasukure chitaura kuti MDC yakaboka inobvinza. Ndaitoziva kuti ari kuti akanzi ko why can't you join MDC than form a political party because MDC inobvinza. Because IMC aiwoka mbana uyo. Servius Kasukure akataura kuti MDC inobvinza. Saka ndakatadza kuziva kuti mfana anotaura kuti MDC inobvinza. Takazozwa vakupupura vakomichi varohwa nezveusiku. Vakutaura vakati I was spying on this young man all along. That means he spied on President Tsvangirai again. And that person will come and say, mukadzi waTsvangirai ndewangu, imba yaTsvangirai ndeyangu, everything ndezvangu, harvest house ndeyangu. That type of a person. That speech alone, it tells you a lot. That be very careful kuteera vana Mwonzora. Hanzi vanhu vanokombera Chamisa Mwonzora havamuzivi kwakabva. Chamisa is a natural born leader. He is a leader. Andini maona. So if you look at the lieutenants that he is surrounding himself with now, you can tell the direction of MDC Alliance. It is important now, as I've said earlier on, that President Chamisa built a team of can-do people. When I say a team of can-do people, I mean people, a team that can provide us with a win. Not a team yana komiche kuti tikufunga taseta team yari kuspire. Munhu ari kuspire obva aita election agent wa president, obva aenda 2018 kuma elections uko ozoya kweko achitaura haana kana mborohambama kana chii yekunzwa sei wataura iwe kuti tabirwa ma elections. Aingoti hatabirwa. But chitaura tabirwa sei? Network yoda kuti dzinga pana. And the committee knew how my elections were stolen. You understand? So we want a can-do people around our president. People who can provide us with the support and win. We need such people around President Chamisa. If you have got a team of naysayers, and you know, it is time to find a new team. Team yatatinayo, and the video interrupted. Yeah, it's network. Because I don't mira ichimbodai. Saka ndato kuti zvangu. Andimona. Because if you look at the team, yana Mwonzora, ne team yana Komichi, ndakazoshamisika na Maimpariwa, kuti vakajoina the bandwagon. Those were naysayers. Those people were taking us nowhere. The good parties, they are goofs. Vakazvisefa vega. Because those are the people who delayed our struggle. Infiltrators are the people who delayed our struggle. And Chamisa is a better off with the young, fresh people around him. Not about young people, Eustace. Tina mwana wakuru wakata sana mdara zvizvai kana chitaura wega unonyatsoona kuti pana pamira mutsindi, pane mutsindo wakutaura, pane mutsindo, zvane mutsindo zvakutaura. It's not about youngsters chete. It's about the people with vision for our country. Anziko Grace Kwinje ndoupi naye vanhuwe nyaya yadzoka zvakare. Kipara gogo ngoma sisi kumamisha vachiziva what's going on, that their vote will not be wasted the 2023. Ndo zvatoda kuzama kuita. Share these videos navanhu vari kumamisha vaunderstand kuti hakuna chinhu Mwonzora chinonzi ndiche MDC. Munhu ari kunyora mutemo yekuti one party state iye achitaura president wepolitical party. That doesn't work, guys. Chamisa BT and Welshman is a reliable team. Very chandodira Welshman mwe munhu ari principled yekuti kana akamira nezvaanoda ndo zvaanoda izvozvo. You can swear, you can say anything about Welshman mwe, he doesn't move. Ane attitude yandisandamboona muvanhu vari muZimbabwe. Hanzi Komichi akaomoka paya ndakapera simba achiti Doug vauze kuti ndaikuudza kuti chi, I will never listen to those idiots. Definitely. Ini ndakaneta, ndakabva ndaneta, ndakazoya madhamu akutoya nemvura undidira ndakagara panapa. Ndobva wandimuisa imwe kasiko urwara here. Ndikazataura naKomichi I'm shocked. Ane zvaakataura zvakanakidza gamba kwemedia. I think nyaya Grace Kwinje ndakataura ndikati I don't want to delve into it. let's keep respecting her. Kana ane opinion yake, regai ataure opinion yake, because anozvirepresenta iye. Ndakataura kuvanhu ndikati, vamwe vedu kana vachita politics, vanata politics dzekubhadharo, vana politics dzemari, isusu we do voluntary politics. Andini maona. Saka kana ndada kubhadharwa zvandoda zvazvikaramba kuita, obvious ndogumbuka. Kana ndagumbuka ndongotaura zvandoda. Saka don't expect anything in politics. Ngatingoshandirai musangano. Kana titazotora nyika hauzoshayawo 2 cents yekudya sadza. But I still believe Chamisa still has people around him who cannot be trusted regards. That is 𝗍𝗵𝗀𝗀. That's true what you are saying. But we are keeping watching. Let's keep an eye on it. And I beg to differ, Mkoma, we, the young people, have a vision of our country. Justas, akuna kukanda ZANU PF izvozvizvo, vana mugwadi vaiva, they are young people. They've got no vision of the country. It's not all those youngsters. And honor. It's not all my youngsters. Yes, they're youngsters, but they've got no vision of the country. It's not all youngsters, but we have to spot. Thomas Tafrenyika Mapfumo ndambozvitaura. Ndikati Dr. Mapfumo vakataurira Tsvangirai. Zvikanzi vana Tsvangirai madii masira vana Chamisa. Kudhara Tsvangirai ari mupenyu, saka zvamboitika zvese zvikuitika izvi. Dr. Thomas Mapfumo ndakanzwa vachitaura inini vakati nai vana Tsvangirai madii masira vana Chamisa. Andiona. Saka vanhu toda vanhu vanospota vanhu. Mukanya akanga atospota kudhara. Atoona kuti the future of this country is there. We go again kuvanhu vanenge vakufa. Hanzi Mukoma sometimes verengai comment kusvika yapera. Akarebesa macomments acho Justas, isama short comments. Inga ndaruza ndipo Mukoma aita jola zviri kufamba. Saka ndiri kutaura kuti tikaenda futi confessions which are given by dying people, dying confessions. In forensic science, we take serious my dying confessions. Mugabe anga asara ne few days to die. Ndobva adaiza journalists press conference asati afa mudhara uyo. Ndobva abvunzwa akati ko ballot paper ramuri kuona mudhara iri rakamira sei zvikanzi ndakashanda namai Mujuru ari vice wangu. Hapana zvemunhu. Bobo ukabudhara kaikaiumana. Ndakashanda naMnangagwa uyo ari vice wangu. Ndosaka mwana ndakataura kuti andina munhu wokusira because he knows nothing. Saka pavanhu vese vari paballot paper vazhinji vacho vese ndaive kunavo kuZANU. Mbana anonzi Nelson Chamisa uyu ndakashanda naye mugovernment of national unity ari ICT manager. Akandidzisa chinhu chinonzi computer. Saka ndakaona leadership mupana. And akataura kuti ndichaona kuti vafudzi vemombe vese munenge maane mafoni muchifonerana muchibvunzana kuti mombe dziripi. Mwachiti ndine mombe dzako kunouya utore vafudzi vemombe. ZANU PF ikati mupana uyu anopenga. Hakuna zvakadaro zvinoitika muZimbabwe. And hapana kumboita 2-3 years. Zvinezvi ndotaura nambuya wangu vari kumusha pafoni. Ndotaura nemupana ari kufudza mombe dzedu kumusha. Ndotaura naye pafoni kuti mombe dziri sei mupana, pane zoda mushonga wakaita sei. Zvakataurwa naPresident Chamisa. That vision came true. And Mugabe ndo zvaakataura kati. Zvaakataura mupana ndo zvaitika muno munyika. So believe in him. Akati kuZANU PF hakuna. Dai ZANU PF yaida pamwe yaitotora Chamisa yobva yatomita president kuZANU. Because hakuna vanogona kusira. Grace akataura akabva ataura akati kunyange chakafa chimudhara ichi muchachivhotera chakafa. You understand? Hanzi zviri sei nhasi nyasha uribo. Greetings Mukoma vashiri zviri sei. Hanzi good example icho Vincent Tsvangirai kurashika. Chora chakarashika chimpana chiya mbanje chinowanza. Mugabe was a better ruler than Idi. Ndo chokwadi. Who has come back to Chamisa Mukoma? Havasi kubuda pachena. Havasi kudzoka vachitaura noda pazvinzvimbo. Vari kuti takaita mistake yekuti takatera Douglas Mwonzora. Saka vazhinji masupporters akaenda kweyo they are backing off. Mugabe didn't say that. Noma. Ongosipo here pakatibvunzwa kuti Justas mwana waBhobho taurira noma zvakataurwa nababa ako. Hanzi raufungoma but Zimbabweans because they lack wisdom and vision, they don't know when to listen and learn. Zvinovabatsira kana mune ramangwana. Eustace, taurira nomawo zvakataurwa nababa ako about Chamisa. Akataura kuti vese ava hapana, idhi ndakashanda naye hapana zviripo. Tipei summary yezvamakavha comrade Mukomamano. All right, let me say, so far, what I've done is this presentation was requested by a certain office that I'm not going to name. That office, they said, can I tell Zimbabweans the difference between President Nelson Chamisa and Douglas Mwonzora? Because what they are seeing is a lot of people who had gone to Douglas Mwonzora, Dagi, they are now backing off Mwonzora. Why? The problem with Mwonzora is just a person who is leading a makeshift political party, trying to impose himself as the president of the party. But if you look at the two, Chamisa and Mwonzora, I regard Mwonzora as a mere manager. I don't regard him as a leader. Then I had to state differences between a leader and a manager. If you look at Mwonzora today, what he is doing, he's just a person where I know he is a CEO with MDC T, and he is just an overseer of the current process. He does oversee the current process well. This is why you see all the recalls he did to the members of parliament were not in consultation with any party structure. You cannot just withdraw a member of parliament without consulting the constituents. Vachangirai vaitanga vaenda kuma constituents. Vobvunza vanhu MP wenyu muchamuda here? Haasiri wedu. Vanhu votaura kuti aiwa tichamudi tuda wedu. Then you withdraw someone. So that withdrawal, members of parliament, has removed the leadership qualities on Mwonzora. People thought he was going to be a leader, but unfortunately, he's just a mere manager. This is what I've said. Then I've looked at what he's trying to achieve. He's trying just to achieve a balance for himself so that people can kneel down and pray him, Achishita like a king. Those are qualities of a manager, not of a leader. He doesn't have a vision for the party. MDC T is contented with what is happening today. Members of parliament and councillors have a house meeting. So these youngsters, they just go there because they are scared of being recalled. Most of them have never worked anywhere. They've never driven their own cars. This is the first cars that they've owned. So one don't have to anti-sacrifice tiende kwa Mwonzora, but vanenge vasina Mwonzora at heart. So I've looked again at the instructions that he gave to the army. He gave instructions to have his house ndatorerwa nema youth. Can I have presidential guard and support unit to take that harvest house? And azvina kuitwa maskati, aienda usiku nemasoja. We have never seen Tsvangirai doing the same. So those are not qualities of a leader. They are qualities of a mere manager. So I've compared those qualities, Mwonzora, with what I've noticed or what I've seen in President Nelson Chamisa. In Chamisa, I've seen someone who creates the future of the country. I've seen someone who needs change in the country. Reforms, this and that. He always talk about that and he's trying to implement that. I've seen a person who think about the ideas and who go on to say the ideas. He has been quiet all along. ZANU PF is finished. Hansi Chamisa apera varamatemana vachimhanya apera akangotaura aka1, the world shook. He put ZANU PF in disarray. The TV, the radios, all over news is Chamisa. Kayamo went there and threatened to deploy soldiers to deal with a speech yakapwa na President Chamisa. Such ideals, I've seen such statements in Obama. So I've seen something in Chamisa that resembles Obama being a great leader of a nation. I've seen something that resembles Martin Luther King in Chamisa to be someone who can see problems, someone who can see opportunities, someone who can say, let's stand up, guys, and people follow him. Someone with substance, someone who say thumbs up, yes, ndiye watoda. Kana akataura, yes, ndiye watoda. Akasimuka akasimudza muromo wake, yes, ndiye watoda. Those qualities I've seen in Chamisa, like high emotional intelligence and so forth, that I've even concluded myself, this is the type of leader that I want to follow. I don't want leader anochemedza vanhu kuti I'll recall you kalikakuya by force, by ginya. So to me, Mwonzora is not a leader. I think I have a network hanzi musafananize dongi nemombe. Tikuda kuzvipatsanura baba Musenga. Ndosaka ndapuwa task today from a certain office from Zimbabwe kuti patsanura shepherd so that people can see. Hanzi iwewe you explain so that people understand. So please, tipatsanurire the differences between these two people. One is a leader and one is a mere manager. One is a donkey and one is a cow. Andona, kana makusunga dongi nemombe mumunda ashafambi mfora aufambi. Andimona. Ukatora mvura ukaisa motikari ndozvona ichitaura. Motikari haifambi. Douglas Mwonzora imvura inoda kutraya kuiswa mutengi repetro kuti mota inonzi MDC ifambe, haifambe nemvura. Andimona, inofamba nepetro kana ifamba nepetro kana ire diesel unodira diesel. Saka ipapo ndo zvandataura. I think I've summarized everything that I've said. Then I went on to look at the communication levels of a president, the one we expect to be our president. Kuti anofana kuva munhu ane good oral, ane good written communication skills. Ukada kutarisa Mwonzora unozonyara kana kutaura ngechimwana chiri kuyamwa chakaiswa titi. Uzazvana zvinoiswa titi muno muUK zvisacheme zvozvo. Charismatic chacha, he lacks it. So people cannot follow that type of a person. Hanzi matsanangura chokwadi mngoma yuda. This is what I've been discussing all along. Zvimwe zvacho ndichi-expanda, zvimwe zvacho ndichisiya zvakadaro. So what I'm saying, I think you have understood where I came from and where I am now. And I think takufamba mu same boat, we're sailing now in the same boat. So I was looking at a leadership qualities that made me and you follow Chamisa. President Chamisa has got leadership qualities that inspires people of Zimbabwe to say, yes, we want to do this. His behavior is, in our Chamisa, is a way to achieve freedom for the people of Zimbabwe. So what he needs is a good team that will produce desirable results. If we look at the team that we have today, the team yana Komish, the team yana Mwonzora, the team yana Mudzuri, they were the people, like President Chamisa, they never desired freedom for the people of Zimbabwe. At one extent, even Charlton Wende asked Mudzuri, Mudzuri, iwewe uri wani iwewe? Waenda ku State House, hana yako irove here. And the videos there, the answer is there. I'm not going to repeat the answer. Water and oil don't mix, definitely they don't. Hanzi chikabudura go. Anditi maona nyaya tiri kutaura. Even Charlton Wende challenged Douglas Mudzuri the other day and asked him on the camera, naiva Mudzuri, mega imimi mu MDC kuenda kumakaro huko hana yenye irove here mambobvunzawo ma-MP kana kubvunzawo mwana wenye MDC. So Mudzuri was comfortable in ZANU rather than being comfortable in MDC. So that was the team that we used to trust to say President Chamisa evane team and people watch the high winning team. So he is a leader who inspire you and me. He is a leader who can inspire a team to get desirable results. He is a leader who can get people to change. Behavior yevanhu Chamisa anochinja. Ndakanzwa achitaura achiti slogan yedu itoda kuichinja. Yekuti 𝗍𝗂𝗶𝗱𝗲 uyu ningi mudenga. That's it shows kuti pamwe inotipenda kunge vanhu vane violence. You understand? Once we never initiated any violence against the people of Zimbabwe. MDC was just on the receiving end. Kurawa, kurohwa, kupisirwa misha, nanhasi tine zvirema. You understand? So that passion in our President Chamisa is infectious. That's the passion a leader possesses. That's the passion people of Zimbabwe wants. The passion that people of Zimbabwe follow. You understand? The team that we need around President Chamisa is a team that you and me must emulate. I'm giving a very good example of 𝗍𝗲𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗀. She is always on toes, making sure that ZANU PF is jogging. Eustace, itoshinyora ma short messages. Anzi blazi nguva 𝗍𝗲𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗀 police yakapfuura kudhara kana. Uchiri kumashure nepolitics haisati yapfuura Eustace. That's the politics that we have. Aungaise leader akapusa of what charismatic. But maybe you are comparing what the dodgy politicians we see in ZANU PF. Mnangagwa akasimuka anenge achingotaura nyambo. Kukasimuka Chiwenga hapana zvotaurwa anenge achiti rebhara. They lack that charismatic. Saka probably you are looking at what is happening in ZANU today. There is no charismatic, and honestly people will dismiss it. Kuti haina basa charismatic, but that is what we expect from a leader. Kuti ndosaka toona Eustace, ndosaka uri kuona ZANU PF is refusing our proposal to say, can we have Emmerson Mnangagwa and President Chamisa debating on television what you want to do for the people? Because that will give Zimbabweans choice. Kuti aiwa uyu ndiye munhu watiri kuda. Zvavanoenda kuAmerica. KuAmerica they give them time on television so that they debate. This is where you are going to see that charismatic work. It doesn't work because you have got dodgy politicians in ZANU. But it works when you put them on air. Kana kuvaisa pa TV. Guys, debate. People want to choose the leader to run this country. You understand? Taitungamirirwa nemakuva nevanhu vakafa. Vakafa kudhara. So the charismatic is something that people expect from a leader. Those are part of leadership characteristics that people want. Because passion on its own is infectious. We want a team, a president that you emulate. If you look at Chamisa as someone that you emulate, why can't I be eloquent like Chamisa? Aumunzwa achikakama nyango chiri chirungu chacho anenge achirudunura. Iri shona yacho antaura shona yakadzama. Anenge achitaura shona yekurudunura. And anobva agona nendevele ininiwo kuita chirema chacho. Chamisa anobva aita kunge ndifile kuti I'm inferior ona. Because I can't even speak one word of ndevele. For an individual to be listened to, you need charisma and leadership. Ndo zvatiri kutaura kuna Eustace. Saka ajaira zvanhu zvezanu zvakaita ngana Chiwenga kana chichitaura. Undoona kuti charisma yacho hapana. Andinoona. Thanks Mkoma Ernest as Ndarama Kapenga. So this is what we expect from leadership. Andinoona. Saka Douglas Mwonzora does not have all that. He remains a mere manager. He's not a leader. Ukuti vanhu vakatotaura kuti uyu taakuteera. You understand? He's not a leader that people can say good and akutera. A lot of people who are backing off now. I had one of my friends in South Africa. That guy used to say Mwonzora, 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 Mwonzora. A best friend of mine. But ndakazona akunyora challenger election yakaitwa naMwonzora 𝗍𝗫𝗃 ndakaseka ndikadaidza mukadzi wangu kuti one zviri kunyorwa pano. And Zimbabwe at the moment need leaders who are serious. Kwete zveku charismatic. Saka hausati waziva leadership. If you don't talk of charismatic on a leader, then Eustace, hausati waziva leader. Hausati waziva leader. You can't be a leader when you lack charismatic. Imbonitaura leader wakaona asina charismatic. Wakati uyu ndi leader. Bosi ukatarisa kuzanu tobva taisa full stop charismatic. Kuzanu, that word alone does not belong. Charismatic does not belong in ZANU PF. As Mugabe, all the charismatic back in 1990s, chakabuda hapana. Kukwa kuzanu, mungatotiudza kuzanu kuti chakaburitswa naMugabe chi. Because andina chandakaona chakabuda kuzanu. Andina chandakaona chakabuda kuzanu PF. Debate. Saka, this is Chamisa and ED can debate over public media that will never happen under the sun. Anocha, Chamisa anopisa, Chamisa unopisa. Noza tiri kutaura kuti vanhu vayavandari hapana charismatic. Look at Morgan Tsvangirai. Aive charismatic yoda akasimuka kana akatanga kungoimba vanhu vese vaibva kungomutera. People followed Tsvangirai not because anga ane madegree kana because anga ane he was charismatic and people followed him. And if President Chamisa was gonna bring in to a fan or to my student leaders Mkomajola, thank you so much for that. Because sometimes if we allow leaders to determine kana kuunganidza vanhu vanoda iye vanoda vasingadiwe nevanhu, he becomes a dictator. We don't want to create another Mugabe. We just want to create Chamisa as he is today. Because if we put him as president the way Chamisa is today, mark my words, 10 years or 5 years down the line, Zimbabwe will see great change. So we don't need to allow him to wear that jacket of dictator. Shepherd Yuda, you are fired. Eustace Huya, Mangwana Eustace, you are fired. As excuse me, do you know the meaning of charisma? Mugabe zero charisma. All he did insults and inciting violence. That's Mugabe. Thank you so much, Atete Flo. Noma, I think you are answered here. That Mugabe lacked charisma. He preached violence. He was the god of violence. He always incited violence. Telling you that I'll unroll my military machine. Threatening to crush people. Sent in people to crush people in Matebeleland. So that issue of charismatic went away. Because fear is not charismatic. People feared Mugabe. I think Noma is answered. And the moons with Eustace Agavarwa from team COVID advantage kicking. Oh, sorry. So, what we want to make sure, ladies and gentlemen, is a clear understanding on what is required in our political environment. We need to succeed. That is the purpose of President Chamisa. Even if you listen to him or his address, he always talk about succeeding. He doesn't talk about and I'm not unroll my military machine. Chamisa ane vanhu vekuti kana akati vakomana ngatisimuke tipwanye Harare tinoipwanya nhasi ikapera. Andiriona. But he has never said that in one day. Never in a day. Ane vanhu vekuti akati endai munokorobha kari lekariba. Vanhu vanosvika vakaikupa ikapera yayo. Kana mvura panze lekariba inopera. But he has never said that in a day. Andiriona. Ndosaka uchiona vanhu vachimutevera, vanhu vachimuda. Because if you see all the decisions that he had so far made, those are key decisions which influence supporters to follow him. If you become a violent leader, like what you saw on Douglas Mwonzora, you saw it clearly. HICC. Vanhu vaDouglas Mwonzora vachimhanyisa Thokozani kupaka mhanya akapfeka gogo. Kuti hore. Vana Yvonne Musaruro vachituka Thokozani kupi, but Yvonne kuti abude mujeri Thokozani. Akamhanya hore mbama dzakarohwa Thokozani kupi. Unoziva I don't fence people calling Thokozani kupe hure. we have got political differences. Munhu ari kutsvagwa kurarama ashande, kwaishanda kurerozvi kwakusina mabasa, rakapera basa. And kuti agare kumba munhu anoda kudya nemhuri. Saka akatoona kuti kuZANU PF at least get something to eat. But vanhu vakakumhanyisa kuHICC, vana Mwonzora vakumhanyisa Thokozani kupe hure mbama dzirira kuna Thokozani kupe twa mbama. It's something that we should be condemning. Violence against women. Douglas Mwonzora does not even respect women. Vai vekuti anzi Chamisa abvuta mic. I was waiting for them kuti tizonzwa kuti pakarohwa kupa achinzi hure hasi mukadzi here. Why didn't they make a press conference condemning that violence against Thokozani Kupe? You understand? So, Chamisa has got this edge of influencing supporters. He has got it. But he never said that. He is a person of integrity. If you look at Chamisa, ukada kuona zva ma-indications aripo pana President Chamisa, he is there for development of a nation. He is not a dictator. This is why you see he share all key performance that the party does. He share everything with you. Tudada zakat, and he is open. And within his team, taifunga kuti team yatinayo yanga inana Mwonzora nana 𝗍𝗶𝗀𝗀 probably we've got the best team. Tasikaziva kuti we've got the worst team in MDC. Ndakaudza mupana anonzi 𝗍𝗵𝗺𝗀 iyoyo, ndakambomutaurira last time. Paiti ndikudawo constituency, ndikamuti haisi ndo youth yataiziva. Yekuti uda constituency nekuti wapfeka chimilishia uniform wauda constituency. MDC zvechimilishia zvakaitwa nana 𝗍𝗵𝗺𝗀𝗀 izvezve taingozvitarisa isati tiri mavanguard but asingapfeke zviya. Hanzi ndo zvaida Toko akajoina politics ega. Hanzi kundirova sevanorova do relax retex team dag. You know iso zvinorwadza. Ndo zvaakataura Thokozani Kupe. Akati varindirova ngemahwindi vakurova do remota. Vachimubata magaro, sexual abuse. She was sexually abused nevanhu vaMwonzora. And imaona. Saka this is why you see a lot of people backed off Mwonzora to say, look, we takabhejera bhiza rakatyoka. That iri ari mhanye iri. Kudira mvura mupetrol tank. You understand? So what I am saying here, guys, is the differences between these two. One being a leader, the other one being a mere manager who is concerned with what he wants to at that moment, not what the party wants tomorrow. Vaivachangirai vaive concerned, vaive a mere manager. And if unga vachangirai vaizvapoenda vana Mudzuri nana Chamisa kuti vaite ma-co-presidents MDC. Zvazvisingaitika. And we will not succeed as a nation if our economy is highly. As Eustace, I beg to differ. My comments are akuwanda, guys. The way you explain is confusing. Let Yuda preach alone. Thanks. As Eustace, ne picture yako ya Mugabe, it has said you seem to be fuming with the jealous over Chamisa and the 2 million votes around him. Thanks, Nkoma Yuda, for reading my text. Thank you, Nkoma Diva. So, a leader needs to understand that they do not know everything. Though chandakaona chiri pana President Chamisa. Mwonzora wakataura naye anda kuziva zvese. Ndindakazonyora constitution yenyika. Ndindakazoenda namapo mangwana kwakati. Ndindakazodai zvese. Everything. Zvinoitwa na manager izvozviya. Because if you are a leader, you detail someone. Kana uri leader undotaura manager kuti ita zvakati. Hauzomira wakati ndindakadai so, ndindakachera mbeva dzese, ndindaipusha matractor kumamisha, ndindairima nemadhongi. Then people begin to wonder. Uri jack of all trades here. Hanzi Morosha Yuda. imbondimhoresa ukantizo chirwa zviri sei mwana wamai ndakumhoresa dia uri sei hanzi nyasha aiwa asi tokosold musangano wedu so she deserved that. That's how we felt akuita momish dzake 𝗍𝗶𝗀 chibaba. No, but vatengesi vakawanda ka nyasha waimboziva here iwewe dai Morgan Komichi asina kutaura ega nemuromo wake kuti I was spying on this young man all along. Maimbozviziva here kuti Morgan ari kuspya achitengesa information achinopa maCIO achiendesa kuZANU. Pana aimbozviziva izvozvo. But Chamisa akati God is in it. And all of a sudden Komichi from nowhere angoputika ega kutaura. Andora ndosaka uchinzwa Chamisa achiti God is in it. That's what he meant. All of a sudden Komichi dai akatobvunza arati information yautipa yakwana chitora poison inomba Chamisa ingadai Chamisa akafa kudhara. Hanzi but mukoma, what's your take? Do you think 𝗍𝗶𝗀 will beat tinashe zvoushe? Chamisa beat ED 2018. Vatsvangirai beat Mugabe kubva 2000. President Chamisa is going to romp to victory in 2023. Mark my words. What we just need is a desirable team around him, a winning team around him. He is going to romp to victory. And we need people like you around our president, Mngoma Yuda. You unpack the truth as it is. Salute you, my brother. Thank you, Mngoma Samuel Mudunga. Thank you so much. So what we are saying is, he is going to win 2023 election. Don't doubt that. So ZANU PF will came out with a one-party state. They want to create Douglas Mwonzora a surrogate and have a one-party state. Which we are saying no. Because they know that ED Mnangagwa will never stand a chance with Chamisa. And it won't. This is why Chamisa apera. Because anga asikade kutaura anga akanyarara. Paakazotaura one word, he shook the whole country. He shook the 𝗍𝗂𝗃 building. He shook ZANU PF to the bone marrow. And Chamisa hachisi chinhu but zvinhu ZANU PF inovhunduka paanotaura. Thank you so much. When Chamisa talks, everything shakes. Thank you, Jay. Anzi and level ground. Yeah, we want a level ground. First of all, let's have Chamisa and ED Mnangagwa debating on television. First of all. And because the regime's aim is to destroy 𝗍𝗶𝗀, they thought they destroyed him. The problem, Tinashe, you cannot destroy people. You can't destroy all the people. Chamisa is not Chamisa himself. Chamisa is the people. So if you need to try to destroy the people, you will be destroying yourself. ZANU PF is destroying itself. For a good example, ZANU PF destroyed himself. Vakatora Chebundo. Right. Chebundo got I'm back home. Kuzan. So if we look at history of Chebundo, the history of ED Mnangagwa, lost every election to Chebundo. So if we look at the two, ZANU PF kadakangwara ngaito field hayo Chebundo as their president because he is a better president. He has defeated Emmerson Mnangagwa 3-4 times. You understand? He doesn't have a chance na Chebundo. So ZANU PF now they've got a better presidential candidate. They must field Chebundo to somchaira isusu manje. But you are having the night team on 2023. It can't be Comrade Azbude. And the Eustace in a picture ya Mugabe. Mugabe was the most hated dictator in Zimbabwe. I'm telling you, people never liked Mugabe. People didn't care about what was coming. They just wanted to push him out. President Chamisa is the only deal. He is the only deal at the moment. It's hard to feel. It's hard to feel sorry for Toko. Thanks Nkoma Chris Nkomera. It seems their mission was to get rid of MPs elected by MDC Alliance. It was like you guys are focusing on winning the election. Wrong strategy. Winning is easy. Kuitora nyika ndo pane nyaya. Nyika inotorwa zviri pachena noma usatyire ipapo Eustace Kanyemba, you can't say yuda zvauri kutaura hazvishandi. This is not UK or USA. We need positive minds. If munhu wese peace Jehovah aiva that brain yaunayo dai muzimbabwe musina opposition. Ana Eustace ndeve one party state ka ndo vakakura vachiimba one party state. Tichizviramba isusu ana Shepherd. We stood our grounds. Unoona chinonakidza ndechekuti if you are a principled man, you will never be shaken and you will never move from your ideologies. So where I stood since 85 is where I'm still standing today, and I still talking. So all along. So a leader, ukada kuona ma leaders, if you look at Douglas Mwonzora, he made a very good grave error is forcing members of parliament to like him, forcing those councillors to attend his meetings. That one is the greatest error, because there is nothing that he's going to discuss that is confidential. Yuda. And on another strategy, those are one out a one-man band. Could my decisions are MDC T at the styles. That's kwakaipa guys. Network amendirikuita sei. Muripo mese kana muripo isai ma likes nema love. Inini kana ichitaura vanhu vakandimaka. Ukaenda kunotaurwa pono uko vanenge vaisa ma love nema likes vanoita pono vari muma swimming pool pa Facebook. Inini ndikazotaura zvinhu zvekuti gadzire nyika yedu. Haumbooni kana love kana like inoiswa nemazimba. Mazimba. Ndazotaura mumwe pane mwe ghost account inonyora stereki pa Facebook pangu. Anoti ndikaposta picture yangu, iye anotora picture yekutuka President Chamisa nemudzimai wavo oisa pama pictures angu. Saka ndakamutaura ngati, if I continue tolerating you posting rubbish on my wall, zvinenge zvakuita kunge inini ndiri kuataka President Chamisa. I love the man. I like the man. Saka ndamutaurira kumuzati, one, you are a ghost account. I've allowed you to write rubbish on my Facebook page. Now it's high time that if you post any picture about attacking Chamisa, I'll simply block you. I lose nothing. And more, it's you who come to my Facebook page kuzonyora rubbish and you talk shit about President Chamisa. Saka ndamkomba warning kuti my ghost accounts, I'm so sorry, I might be blocking or removing them, because vanoda kuuya vachinyora inini ndiri Shepherd Judah. I can't write rubbish kutuka vanhu kana kutaura zvinonyadzisira. I can't, because people knows me. But ukauya neghost account wachitutuka wakawanda neghost account yekuti vanofunga kuti nyika inotongwa one part, yekuti munhu akaita president obva aita life president zvikuita chiputini izvezvo. That won't work in Zimbabwe. I did him on. Oh. All right. Huh? Izvozvo. Huh? Torch, mira guys, noborowa mbava. Torch iri kuno. Kadai mukanga. Sorry guys, sorry my gents. Mushedi mangu mapinda mbavha saka. That's what's going on. Sorry guys, ande kupi kwaunogara kopinda mapinda mbavha mushedi. Ndine shedi yandakavaka. Saka ndakaunganidza zvakawanda zvinoda kuenda kuZimbabwe. Saka pane zvinhu zvemadrugs zviya zvinofemba madrugs zvinenge zvichitendera zvichiona. Saka handina kuikhiya shedi yangu. Mune ma-valuables arimo, makompyuta, machii, maspeaker, madisco, a lot of things hanzi mazano here. ZANU anopafa panapa because hanzi madisiya takahenga. Ndanda kumhanya because mune ma-valuables mushedi imomo. Mune a lot of things very expensive. Saka I can't let mbavha ichitora. Saka ndandatakura handimuona itochi, but it's a weapon. It's a nice weapon. It's a torch. It's a nice weapon. Saka ina handizokwati ndobuda. Hanzi mukoma Yuda, you say very safe. Zvafana zvimbavha zvemadrugs. Akambobreaka motikari mangu, akambopinda motikari mangu. Akatora mangu ine masendi motikari. Angosecha akatora masendi ayemo. Asi kuno ku-UK adaro 𝗍𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 kuno ku-UK kopisa komana because unosvika pfumo kunge panapa unongooma. Mapurisa anozongouya wakuona ukaoma uri panapa. Vanongozobvunza kuti ko munhu afira pana akaurayirwa pano abvepi. Saka you find out kuti nyaya dzacho kana dzozotaurwa dzofambirwa nemapurisa unozonakirwa. Sorry guys, imbavha yanga yapinda mushedi. But the way andakapfeka mushedi macho haana chaanobuda nacho imomo. Mune mavhiri ma-X5 mazomba ari kuenda kuZimbabwe. Ane munhu akati ari kumada. Saka a lot of things zvirimo zviri so valuable. Hanzi Yuda kana pamba penyu pasiri safe zvekudaro one day muchatumirwa mazano. Ngavauye ndakavapa address Tizo. I gave them address, I gave them my phone number, mazano ane everything chavanazvo. Saka zvavanoita ndezvekuti vanopoya manje, vanojamba nema next door, vanhu vemadrugs vanongotsvaga something chekuba. Saka pari secured zvapo. Chinongozoitika nchekuti ndikazobuda manje sekubuda kwandaita uku, handibude ndine maoko, ndobuda ndine chinhu chekuti unooma ipapo. Hanzi kodomo mariwana, ranga riri pasi penhingiri napo. Unopafa. Unopafa. Zodani arimona ari muratotema nedemo. Aingozva jizha nedemo. Tosangana kukoti. Muno makanaka ukafira pano. Tongosangana kukoti. Saka ini ndinongokudira demo che ndapedza newe. Nokudira demo. Tosangana kukoti. Sorry guys. Chiregai ndipedzese naye. Hanzi kodemo mariwana ndariwana. Saka chiregai ndipedzese guys. Right, tashitara nyaya yaleader. Hanzi nyaya yaGwĩsai, hanzi musati maenda tudze nyaya yaGwĩsai. Nyaya yaGwĩsai aive neorganization yaileader yainzi ISO. Yainzi ISO chi-organization yaileadwa naGwĩsai. Saka aiti kana tikamudaidza kumarali kuzoadresa vanhu, slogan yeMDC aizopedzisira kuiita. Aita yake kuti shinga mushandi shinga. Shinga mushandi shinga. Ozopedzisira kuti chinja handiti maona. Saka anongambouta zvibhagera zvake apedza ozoti chinja. Gwĩsai akabva afunga kuti is bigger than the part. Ndobva atangamisa rinyasi yake. Ndobva adzingwa kuHighfields. Bozaone kuHighfields aiti hatichamudi. Vanga vasamudi. Saka vadaro Gwĩsai came back to contest my elections kuHighfields ari independent nechiorganization chake chache. Constituency yakarova vanhu kuma 20 something thousand, 26 or 28,000. Gwĩsai just got about 50 people I think. Kana vasiri 7 vakamuvhotera constituency yese. Saka ndozvo ndachitaura ngati maZimbabweans, they don't follow you individually. They follow you kana una leader ane musoro ane vision. Ndonyaya ndachitaura. Who exactly imposed the Sakunda deal on ZESA? I will look into that, but vanagata vaiva ndiwo ka varidzi vacho. Zvandakataura zvezve mukoma ravo kuti you find kuti maparastatals ese nezanu anotongwa nevanhu vezanu PF. Unosaka vachiti kana kukabuda une some soldier and ukada kutarisa imbotarisa kuti maministers mangani ari mugovernment today hama dzaEmerson Mnangagwa. I think almost 6 or 7 ministers are related. Izvozvizvi. Saka uri kuona kuti government yatinayo haisi government yenyika, family government. Yekuti July Moyo, people didn't know that July Moyo is related kuna Mnangagwa. Vaivesa wana Owen Mudha Ncube, wana Valerius Vanda, the same family, vanhu vamwe chete. Andiri kuona saka Zimbabwe is under one family at the moment. Vatorwa vanozouyawo 1 and 2. Saka kana vachita madecision, tosaka urona July Moyo ane mapowers eanda zvaanoda nemacouncils kubva kare because ane backing yabhururu wake yehama yake. Saka ndopatine problem ipapo yekuti even maparastatals acho ese ari kutongwa neveukama. Kumwe kunenge kune munin'ina, kumwe kunenge mune mwana, kumwe kunenge kunani. At the end nyika vari kugowana. Nyika yavo mari yese nyika iri kuenda kufamily kwavo. Handiti maona. So I was talking about kuti leader, ukada kutarisa leader kuti munhu akaita sei. Ndataura nyaya yema mistakes akaitwa naMwonzora. Those are costly mistakes. One mistake yakaita ndiye kufunga kuti iye haazive kuti he does not know that he does not know. Andiri kuona, one who does not know that he does not know. Mwonzora does not know that he doesn't know. He wants to try to be a leader, but he lacks leadership qualities. And all those mistakes that he did, recalling, ukada kuona pakati wa recalled wana biti, ni Mwonzora akaita recalled biti. Pakati wa recalled wana anonzi wana Kupe. Isi Mwonzora who called wana Kupe. And so he keeps making same mistakes. Look, munhu wakaita recall Kupe, he went back there. Kuti tadzoka anga kuti Madam Kupe, and ndopa ndakaona kuti Kupe is not intelligent. Not intelligent at all. Anga kuenda kuti Madam Kupe, Madam Kupe ari munhu wakaita recall. Andidi. Asi makadiko ngoma Vimbai zviri sei Vimbai. I was looking for, I think, Vimbai munatwa ukande namba dzako ku inbox. Saka muri kuzwa nyaya tikutaura guys. So a leader ukada kutarisa Vatsvangirai during his time, he admitted making a lot of mistakes. Ukada kutarisa Chamisa right now, he's reflective, admitting makes a lot of mistakes. So when you screw up things, you have to admit. Douglas Mwonzora screwed up a lot of things, and he has never admitted in one day. Right now, he is busy screwing the freedom. Diki yanga yasara yekuti anodrafta a bill iye na Paul Mangwana yekuti hakuna opposition, that is just ngoti hanzi Chamisa ana party achatungamirira akuti MDC Alliance ndeyangu. You forgotten that yesterday you were recalling members of parliament saying they've joined a different entity. You went to HICC and claimed that those who went with MDC Alliance are not going to take part in that Congress. And who are you? He screwed everything. Pakaenda zvazvinoita kana yo uchienda kuma elections ayayo, you step down in position yako wotomira wa candidate weimwe position. Saka he went there and dictated a pace kuti wese akaenda neMDC Alliance is not going to participate in HICC. Saka otherwise akutaura kuti iye ndiye ane right yekudetermine who is supposed to be leader of MDC. That is a mistake. He screwed it. And he never admitted his mistakes. So it was essential for him to admit such mistakes. Kuti paakaenda ku HICC Congress, he was like, boss, munoziva kuti anga ari organizing secretary ndiBhebhe, anga ari vice wake ndiChibaya. But vanhu vakavaunganidzira ma-structures ekuti vauye vaite that election ndevanaani ku HICC. They had no organizing secretary. Not even one organizing secretary aivepo. Chibaya wasn't there. 𝗍𝗍𝗀𝗀 wasn't there. Saka akaunganidza ma-structures, kuziva kuti ma-structures ese aungana achita audit yema-structures ndiani. So he screwed a lot of things in that HICC Congress, to the extent that 𝗍𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀, they are right to say it's a bogus Congress. We can't accept it, and nobody should accept it. Ndakazoona mudzuri razara pacheya unge dashka rakagara kumberi kwekwe, but ndo rakascrewiwa futi. Andiri kuona rakuziva kuti political career hapasina, kundiende kutidzokere kualliance uko ndakudzoka ndiri ordinary card carrying member. Kuti aramba ari kwaDouglas Mwonzora kwacho vari kumuita president zvavakachallenge kucourt, akutwa vice president. Same mistake yakatwana Tsvangirai is doing the same mistake. So he's screwing up everything. And this has destroyed trust. This is why you see a lot of people are coming back. Saka vanhu vamwe vakunyara kudzoka ndo vakuenda kuZANU. Anditi wano kuti haata kujoina ZANU. Because Douglas Mwonzora destroyed trust, and those people no longer respect him. Mapabata here vakomana. So the leader, President Nelson Chamisa, if you look at him, he adapted his leadership style to the situation inenge iripo. Saka makanzwa pesa panga akanyarara, it's situational leadership. Ndakuita paint my own character of a leader. Kuti pane inonzi situational leadership. And that situational leadership, look at Chamisa. He speaks when it's necessary. He doesn't budge by the pressure ezanu. He doesn't do that. He speaks when it is necessary. And Saka leadership style ya President Chamisa makes him a natural leader. It makes him a natural leader, an intelligent leader, a leader with integrity. Because his leadership style adapts to different situations. If you look at Chamisa's leadership, he has been quiet. He hasn't been talking. ZANU PF ikapururuza ikabuda Chamisa apera. Pakawana kuti now vati ndapera vapedza manje. Vapera iwo mazano. He spoke. And when he spoke, he shook Zimbabwe. He shook everything. This is the leadership style that people want. Nobody knows what takuti tinoda wechidiki Chamisa, wechidiki tinoda wechidiki Chamisa, wechidiki. Nobody zvinobvira ipapo. And so we must keep our mind, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep our mind open and let's make things possible. Zvanyikire unochenda uchitenda Douglas Mwonzora uri kuzvimupandika. Unoziva kuti kuzvimupandika kuenda panhu pokuti unoona kuti this is a useless thing that I'm doing. Anditi Douglas Mwonzora is trying to exceed his expectations. What people expect on Mwonzora is what he's not showing to the world. He's not a leader. He lacks leadership qualities. So he wants to try to exceed being a mere manager, to try and jump into leadership. You don't jump into leadership. You are elected by people who own my leadership qualities. Show us your leadership qualities so that people can elect you. Those are HICC kwacho kwakaenda out of expected 5,000 people. Only 1,000 attended. 4,000 were not there. Because apana munhu aive nema leadership qualities ekuti unoenda unovhotera. Apana. So people stayed away. Because they want Chamisa. And they want. They want Chamisa. After for a possible 5,000 people, only 1,000 people attended. Douglas Mwonzora was voted by 800 people. If you go to HICC, akavhotirwa ne800 people. If you go back kuenda kuGweru Congress, akavhotirwa ne700 people. So that shows that he doesn't have leadership qualities. His number of supporters never changed. It never changed. He had 700 people in Gweru. Came to HICC kwakapuwa free transport, free free transport, mabus mahara. Paifana kunganza vanhu over 5,000. Because mabus, they were there for free. And that venue was there for free. They were bought food for free. You understand? But he never got more than 1,000 people. Same number of people that voted him in Gweru is the same number of people that voted him in HICC. He never improved. And with just an attendance of 1,000 out of a possible 5,000 people, we had just 1/5 of the structures. Then you can't stand and say you represent. Who do you represent? You represent hama dzako. Boss kada kuona kuti vanhu vekwaMwonzora vangani hama dzake dzekwaMwonzora. They are over 800, but havana kutomuvhotera. You understand? Andiri muona nyaya yekutaura. 𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗀𝗀 hanzi pa 1,000 pacho paitwa nemafake people futhi. You understand? So you cannot stand and say you represent MDC with a meager 800 out of possible 5,000 people. Ukaona pakadyiwa naHwende, he just got 700 people. Hwende garnering 2-point-something people. So this is why we are saying he is trying to force himself into a leadership position, which that position's expectations are not within his confines. He is no near leadership skills. He is no near leadership qualities. So if you lead an internal organization, ukada kutarisa the type of supporters vanouya kwauri who group around you, because kaka is a external organization, ka branch ke MDC, vanhu vari kuye ma outcasts a part. Those people who are gathered there, most of them they lost. Ukaenda ku Congress Gweru, they lost. Those are losers, just like Pollard. They would ED lost, Kuspe lost, Brian Mteki lost. All those one are Pollard, they lost the election. And MDC T, conglomerate of losers, people who lost, and they are trying to call the winners by force. Uya kwandiri, ukasauya MP no withdraw, or withdraw you from parliament. Councillor, no maisa cancel ukasauya. So he doesn't take what it calls a leader. Anda zvokumanikidzira ndo zvinoratidza kuti haasi leader. Ndimona ukaona uchita zvokumanikidzira hausi leader. Ukaona vakadzi ava unotonyenga. Kana wanyenga wadiwa unotombonyengerera. Haungoti ubata mukadzi gangara naye mgumbezi ururepa. Saka Mwonzora ari kurepa ma-members of parliament. Mwonzora is a rapist. Ari kurepa ma-councillors. Because kuvamanikidza zvavasingade, you are raping people. You are raping people's freedom. You are raping people's wishes. You don't do that if you are a leader. You don't do that. Ini ndinda leader wechi opposite ona leadership equality yako. Vanhu vanokutevera vega. People are not kutinwa ngemumbe. Andona vanhu vanotevera vega vaona ma leadership qualities. Show leadership qualities to the people. Don't force them. Trying to force them like what Mwonzora is doing now is so pathetic. That shows the guy lacks leadership qualities. So I'm trying to differentiate what a leader is and what a manager is. Ukada kutarisa Mwonzora is a mere manager. Is not a leader. Whatever he's doing now, network yanetsa varume. Saka I think regaini ngoita blah 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 ndibva ndapedza nhasi tatambwa rafu nenetwork hanzi bhora rapera tave pano muri sei mukoma Chris takutopedzawo bhora rapera. Sorry. Alright, that's fine. So what we are saying, ladies and gentlemen, zvandaichitaura kuti a leader must possess a strong moral compass. Kana uri leader, ukatarisa vaChamisa, look at his moral compass. That is too strong. That is too strong. When you have got a too strong moral compass, ipapo unenge wakuratidza kuti whatever decisions you are doing as a leader, you need to show transparency. You need to be a leader of integrity. Look at Chamisa. You don't doubt him. Being transparent and showing integrity at all costs, that is not negotiable. It's not negotiable at all. And if you look at what Chamisa is doing at the moment, people, they are demanding brutal honesty from the man. And the man has answered you with integrity. That is not negotiable at all. And every team member who is going to be around Chamisa for 2023 election, we expect you to emulate or copy what your leader is doing. Because ukana wakuzoda kuya another leadership style yako wauda kudzongonyedza zvinhu zvakarongeka zvatiri kuona izvi, then tenge takutanga kufunga kuti how many sellouts are still around our president. Anditi maona nyaya yati kutaura. Because if you look at President Chamisa, he has received all the critics in the world. Vamwe vanhu vakatiza alliance vachiti Chamisa mwana mudiki, atitungamirwe nemwana mudiki, vaitarisa mhumhi. Havasi kutarisa zvandiri kutarisa izvi. So today I've managed to split it for people to see. You make your decision now. Do you want to follow Mwonzora or do you want to follow Chamisa? If you want to follow a CEO, a manager of a minor political party, an offshoot of the MDC, you are splitting votes for nothing. And imona, you split a vote and ZANU PF yaroa pasi. This is why ZANU PF, they want to create a one-party state. Because they know that they've got willing tools in the likes of Mwonzora to split that vote. And imona. So Chamisa has allowed criticism, constructive criticism. Everything has been thrown to him. And he was holding his Bible praying. I thought God is in it. Everything is zvakaitika papa. Ataimbozva kuti vana 𝗍𝗵𝗺 spy. Takazonzwa God is in it. Vakuonyoka vakubvaruka vega. I need to inspire on this young man all along. And so you don't jump to conclusion, but what I'm saying is consider everything that I've said in this video. Although yanga ichiko guka nenyaya network, but I've said the facts based on the two characters that I've analyzed today. And people were blaming Chamisa. Asukusorova zvakati, Chamisa asuta zvakati. No. This is the leadership style yatachitaura. Yekuti aungamhanye. Look at what Douglas Mwonzora did. It was during COVID time. Akauraisa mudhara yanonzi Makuyana akatorwa pasi. Makuyana akatorwa pasi. Sekuru wangu akatorwa pasi Makuyana. Vakatotsotsonywa neCOVID vakatorwa pasi. A lot of people vakabva kuHICC vakarwa neCOVID. There was no hurry in Africa. Yekuti muri kunzi kune COVID, be scientific otherwise. Andimona. So we must be a team that emulate the behavior of our president. We must be a team that what our president is doing at the moment. That's bootlicking. That's not bootlicking, but when you know the qualities that you want in a leader, you must say them out. And President Chamisa wakata something I don't feel like this is wrong. I send him a message straight away. Ndofunga anongondita ndakairasa rwendo runo munhu anonzi Yuda akandogara bhamba. Andoona, because we want him to be president wenyika asina zvipomerwa. Chandakafarira pana Chamisa kana chihure chaicho choshikiwa paya. Naranga riri hure akafa kudhara. But akaroora mukadzi wake wakanaka, agara nemukadzi wake. Sama ndachitaura mboko yaye ndikati iwewe unouya panapa neghost account uchipisa mapictures aPresident Chamisa uchituka mai Chamisa. Wambozwa mai Chamisa wachituka munhu kana kutaura nemunhu. That woman is down to earth. Anditi maona. Saka ndamutaura ghost ndikati it doesn't take me a second blocking you. If you write rubbish next time, I'll just send you to Blockville. I've got a village where I send idiots. So I'll just send him to the idiot's village and I'll never unblock him again. When I know this line, vanhu vezanu chavakazara vanaponela vanani mazuva haana data amene asupuwa ma 10 pounds aya ngada ari panapa ponela achingodzongonyodza tinoaccepta. because we want to teach them. Mbuya vainzi Feresu vakapesera vauti bhubhu vari panapa. Ndikati musasura mbuya, ivaipo panapa muteerere zvatiri kutaura. Kwete kuya kuzotuka vanhu pana muri bhubhu panapa. Handiti maona. Saka ndo zvatiri kuda, ladies and gentlemen. We want to excel. We want a political party in a leader who is charismatic. And a leader are charismatic. It doesn't take you, it's just an aspect of leadership. It doesn't take you a second to identify who you the leader want down. And you want, but all these charismatic leaders, it's easy to follow them. Very easy to follow them. As Chiwenga is the head minister cancelled the by-elections, but allowed Douglas Mwonzora with a bogus HICC. You understand what I mean? Then if people say Mwonzora is ZANU PF, then one oramba. Taiwana mai munanga gwachimhanya wachita ma-accident wachinaona naMount Darwin kunofusha muriwo. Pachifa vanhu vaitoperekedza vachifa mota dzisita ma-accident vachinofusha muriwo during COVID time. Handiti maona. So ukada kuona President Chamisa, as soon as he took over the presidency MDC, he instantly gained respect. He instantly got the respect of the people of Zimbabwe. And Murgunzo. Because one, akanga atospotwa kare nevamwe vanhu vakuru vakaita sana Mukanya. Ukazwa mhondoro dzotaura teererai. To me, Thomas Mdara Mukanya kana Dr. Thomas Mapfumo kwandiri nini ndikavatarisa, I give him respect semhondoro yeZimbabwe. Because everything chaakaimba nechaakataura zvakaitika. Handi muri kunzwa. So people are comfortable now with the President Chamisa. It will take a century or centuries or decades. Let's say decades. Tikati ma centuries akanyanya. Because Douglas Mwonzora hasina century ari pasi panapa. Ma decades, ngatimboti 2 decades kana 3 decades to come for Mwonzora. For people to be comfortable with Mwonzora. He needs about 3 decades, 30 years to come or 40 years to come. Which I doubt kuti achasvika 40 years dzacho. And as it stands, people are not comfortable with him. Those who went to his camp, they've lost trust in him. Handiti maona. Ukada kutarisa kana spokesperson wake, ndakaona chidhuru chimpana. Aunyora essay dzatoswera tichinyora panapa ma-essays atechitaipa aya ekuchikoro. Handiti maona. So people want to follow President Chamisa. People want to follow him because he is charisma. And charismatic, everybody loves him. And which is very important. That is what is important in leadership. That's why charismatic aina basa. Ndikati baba, ndosaka makapuwa vanhu vakaita sana Chiwenga kuti aite president. Ukaona kuti charismatic aina basa, unenge wakatarisa munhu akaita sa Chiwenga. Unenge wakatarisa munhu akaita sa ED giving speech. Then you think that rot or that rubbish is what is good for Zimbabwe. We need a president who kana tikatuma. Look at Malawi. Ina mpana wayanonzi mudiki president wao mudiki uya mpana mchukuchuka. Asi mwana mudiki munhu mkuru kwandiri. But if you look at him, kana ukamtuma to go and represent Malawi, vanhu vanoenda ikoko, people they see a different picture of Malawi. Take Chiwenga. Moment ku United Nations ovanzi ngauya ape speech. Anoverenga speech hapana kana one anonzwa speech ikuyenga na Chiwenga kuti ari kuti chii. Then someone comes and say charismatic aina basa, eloquence aina basa. So what are you looking in a leader? Asutsvaka mufudzi wemombe guys. Wekuti unogona kuti hapana kana asina grade 7 kana grade 1 nguya kufudze mombe dzangu. We are looking a leader of a country. We need someone to lead us. Wekuti kana mukanomisa apa anopenda character yemaZimbabweans. And even 10 centuries Mwonzora hava trustwa in my election nevanhu. People don't like him. Thank you Mkoma Samuel Mudunga. Thank you so much. Adiona. So we are looking at Mwonzora as a person who just focus on an organization, an offshoot a makeshift party. And he is busy staffing that makeshift party with useless people. If we look at President Nelson Chamisa, he's a leader, as I've mentioned earlier on, focusing on creating shared culture and values of Zimbabwe. So he's not focusing on MDC. This is why every time he speaks, he talks about bigger picture. Bigger picture. He doesn't talk about MDC Alliance, MDC Alliance. He says bigger picture. This is something that we want in President Nelson Chamisa. Anziti naye ka emazotambudzo mnangagwa. Ora gambopuwa opportunity zvaitwa Mugabe. People, they used to like Mugabe talking. Unoziva kuti ndakazoti ma-Africans ndanati nhaidzirwe. Ivo kunyika dzavo vanenge vachipiwa aid, vachiita sei, vachivakirwa zvikoro, vachipiwa mishonga, vanhu vavo vachidya vachiguta. When it comes to UN meetings, vanoziva kuti nebenzi rinonzi Mugabe riya, give him a speech, go and shout at the British and Americans. You straight go, they shout at Americans. Blah! Keep your Brits and I'll keep my Zimbabwe. Americans! You are gays, you are worse than dogs. Aba US dollar arina kushandisa Mugabe rinobva kuAmerica. And arina Americans are worse than dogs. You understand what I mean? And Chamisa can't and won't represent me kana one. It's obvious. He's not going to please everyone. He is not going to please everyone. That's an obvious thing. That out of 114 people here, there is only one person who feels like Chamisa won't represent him. It's obvious. Tikada kutaura Mwari, ngataure Mwari. Nyika ino vanhu vanoenda kuchechi kunonamata, pfeka masutu, vakatakura mabhaibheri kunonamata. But mumwe munhu ari kunamata Satani. Ande muri kuona? That's nature. It's your choice. Ipapa tikutaura zvatutaura panapa. Kuti unoziva kuti kana ndakagara panapa ndikatarisa munhu wechikadzi akapfuura apa kana akatambisa akati Nairobi Mombasa ndobva ratonzwa kuti dai amai vaita vangu. You understand? Ndoti dai amai vaita vangu. Andinoona. Mumwe munhu andi ndikapfuura inini munhu wechirume ndikapfuura kana ndichimhanya apa. Mumwe murume akanditarisa anobva hey, blazu daita wangu. Udondiita mukadzi. Andona. It's your choice. Good answer without offending you. It's your choice. Andona. It's your choice. If you feel like Chamisa's leadership doesn't suit you, yes, it's your choice. But with 1 out of 114 people, then undoona marasikiro awakaita. Hey, why is it ndiri one in? Ndiri one in ndiri kufeel like that, and the rest are not feeling like that. Ndoba unoona kuti sometimes tozonzwa tsitsi. Tozonzwa tsitsi andinoona. So ladies and gentlemen, this was a nice presentation. I think boss wangu akufara manje because I think anga akateerera kuti boss andonditi shepherd, I want this done. Analyze for us. Because I mean not analytical skills akanaka here, I don't know. Akaita ari president akaita zvekuti vakaiteka ndo vachaitei ngoma Jose akusina chichabuda kuya zvamuri kutaura izvozvo akana chichabuda akusina. So ladies and gentlemen, let me take this time to say I'm done with my presentation. Any questions before I go? As usual, because ndoda kubvunza my questions as usual. If you listen back to everything that I said, you are now able to identify the characteristic of a great leader. If you look at a great leader, read mabhuku mamwe ainyorwawo nana Winston Churchill, ainyorwawo nana mamapresident uchinzwa zvaifamba sei. Wozotarisa maspeech aitaurwa naObama, ozotasa speech akapuwa President Nelson Chamisa, which shook the world. Then someone will tell you that I will never represent me. Someone who is giving a speech that shook the world, that shook ZANU PF. You understand? Saka, with what I've said here, you can see that you have got a great leader in President Nelson Chamisa. And I've even identified what causes Chamisa to be a great leader. I've gone down into that. I've spoken about his achievements. I've spoken about when you want him to talk, he doesn't talk. When he talks, he shakes everything. Shake, shook. Simon Kaya-Moyo, ZANU, and so forth. They were shook to the bone marrow. And Mona. I've identified differences between Chamisa and Mwonzora. And I think by now you are clear on who is a leader and who is a mere manager. Asana muzwa Chamisa ajifosa munhu kuti uya MDC Alliance, uya kasauya ndizvo kudai, andina kana dheira ndakanzwa. Vanhu vanouya vega. Vanhu vanouya vega. Andiona. So Brian, Zimbabweans knows what best for them. I'm a Zimbabwean. What best for me is Chamisa. All 114 people here, what best for them is Chamisa. So if you use that's democracy. You have lost the game. You are the only one saying you don't want Chamisa. And 114 people want Chamisa. So that means Chamisa is a winner. And what is the end game? So why is the end game? I need more. So what I'm saying is, what I've done, I've looked like my interpersonal skills. I've looked that our president has got what we call emotional intelligence. And I've looked at his ability to quickly transform things. A leader, he's a leader. I've looked into all that I need to know. Anzi Skumbuzo Mhlanga. Toda urizorwe yenyu panyaya yegukura hundi pa next topic yenyu mkoma. Good guys, that topic has been asked quite a lot. So I am going to talk about Gukura Hund tomorrow. Chamisa definitely is a great leader. He's a credible leader. He has got influence in him. He has got compassion. He's compassionate. If you talk to him, seen what he have done, he understands. He's got this patience that a leader has. So, Karogona, we start Chamisa Umudi, he's got the integrity. He maintains integrity. He's courage to stand for what is right for Zimbabweans. So, I don't know what most of the leaders say. He understands you. He's courageous. He stands for what is right for you as a Zimbabwean. A leader who is introspect. And the Mona. So, also that leader, I can say, everything he does is authentic. That's propaganda is ZANU PF. Ukapinda 2000, Misha Mingani akapiswa neZANU. America was not there. Chamisa was not there. Ukada kuna pavaenda kunokwereta kwa IMF, Chamisa was not there. ZANU PF yanokwereta appending my signatures. Ukana paiprindwa mari 1997 wekubhadhara 1996-97 yekubhadhara all veterans 50,000 each. Chamisa was not there. He never told ZANU PF to print money. And you were failing to pay an IMF. Is it Chamisa? Pamauraya vanhu 2008. Is it Chamisa? Pamaitora maprazi mchipwanya imbwa mchitema vanhu vaitora videos. Was Chamisa there? So ZANU PF invited sanctions. Then they go on to blame the opposition. Munhu wana akataura chokwadi. Wani munhu muZimbabwe wandakanzwa weZANU akamira akataura chokwadi. Musi wakabviswa Mugabe, opa Muchinguri akataura akati. We used to blame opposition chindori kunza ma sanctions. Kunyepa. Ndi Mugabe aiunza ma sanctions. Andimona. akataura 𝗍𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀 akataura akati Mugabe ndiye aiunza masanctions achituma masoja kunorova vanhu vachinopisa misha vachiita sei, and now we are under sanctions. Achiti akapuwa opportunity on the podium to sell Zimbabwe anenge achishaudha naAmerica achishaudha naBritain vacho vari kuda kumupa mari yekudya. So at the end those vakati chiregai kuuya kunyika kwedu Mugabe, gara kunyika kwako nevanhu vako maakuchema futi. And all that is heaped on Chamisa. Mafailures ezanu akusiwa pana Chamisa. So the authenticity of those sanctions lies in ZANU PF. And ZANU PF knows what they need to do for those sanctions to go. And ZANU PF knows what needs to be done. They've got American embassy there. They've got British embassy there. They talk to the British on daily basis. They talk to the Americans on daily basis. And the Americans are clear. The British are clear on a roadmap to remove of targeted sanctions. But they don't simply want to do it. And they blame Chamisa. So you see that a bad worksman blames his tools. Doesn't want to show his skills. I know. So ZANU PF knows. They are the ones who created this environment. So you believe it. Because ndiye na Mugabe kana kuhondoka Eustace. 𝗍𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 na Mugabe they were in Mozambique. Vanozivana. Vachibva mwema 𝗍𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 was the minister wa Mugabe for years. And she knows that Mugabe brought sanctions. I didn't want. He was too obsessed with the power. And Mugabe aida kutonga zvekutonga kana nedemo. Aida kutonga kusvika mvura yapera mupombi. Svika 𝗍𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 yaoma. Tata kuti 𝗍𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 isina mvura kana chii. Yakaoma 𝗍𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 magetsi kushayika munyika. Anditi. So 𝗍𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 akataura chokwadi akati ndiri muZANU inini minister kubva 1980. Masanctions amuri kublema opposition haana kuuya neopposition. Akaunzwa naMugabe. Anditi. So what I'm saying here is hanzikopa takataura naTrump. Kunotaura naTrump, it's not about sanctions. Sanctions Trump akamaona aripo. Brian, I'm sorry to teach you this. When Trump came, the sanctions were already put. So Trump has sanctions. American has got a foreign policy that is not controlled by a president. So he cannot go and say, Trump, do the right thing. Those will go. And go patakatora numbers zaPopa. Exactly. Because you were not there. You were not there. So he knows what he discussed with the Popa. You were not there. Viva Mzangano. You were not there. And then ndikutaura naEustace. Ndouzawo ndataura naEustace muoramba kuti wataura naEustace. You were not there. Saka iye ari kuudza vanhu vake kuti ndakataura naPopa akati anonipa mari yakati. Vana Popa they are rich. Popa anogona kupa kana 15 million today kuvaka bridge can give you. And so if you were not there, how can you deny that? Unless if you wanted BT to take you there. If you want BT to take you there, you can go with the BT. If you want Chamisa to take you to America, you can go to America. Because as I'm speaking now, offices government, who is in charge here? It's Boris. When I talk to the government of British, I've spoken to Boris himself. Saka, zvinonetsa kunzwisisa kana musikazive dynamics of government. Because when BT said that, Tendai is always in England. He is always here in England. Adora. Tendai is always here in England. And Muna is a fan where Bora is always andukirandege kuyazona Bora BT muno mu UK. And sorry to say that we should not venture into things that we have got no knowledge about. Because Tendai is always here, talks to all footballers, talks to anyone he wants to talk to. And all. So that's the issue, ladies and gentlemen. The good environment that the people of Zimbabwe are finding themselves in It was created by ZANU PF. And they tried to find a scapegoat. You understand? Chamisa is approachable. Ndosaka uri kuona even kana mahure ezano akazomhanya akati wabvuta mike. Now Mary Chiwenga ari kurohwa nemurume. Ari kudyika maoko ari kuputika kuti vamupe passport anorapwa vari kumurambira. Vanoti afe. Asati amboona kana press conference yakaitwa to support a woman. Maikupe vakarwa mbama vakanzi hurero. Atamboona press conference yakaitwa Douglas arova Maikupe vakavadaidza kuti hure. Asi Chamisa akati mai Chamisa zvakwana chindipewo nditaure. Zvikanzi abvuta mike. Press conference. So you find kuti kudherera because Chamisa is approachable. And he is that type of leader who is approachable. And his leadership is got influence in you and me. Ndosaka uri kuona Brian atadza kurara. He has to say something about Chamisa because of being approachable. Time ine mwakarara size dzake dzatoita kaviri katatu, but iye atadza kurara. He has to say something about Chamisa, which shows that the guy is a leader. And you know, it shows that some people are employed, they are empowered because of the name Chamisa. And you know, he's a selfless leader. He's a selfless leader. Angari selfish. Ingada yakapinda kuchi kuparliament wekanzanza kugadzirira uyagute uyauja akatara futseka. And you know, and it became war. Saka zvazvoita zvekuti and you know, Tendai is a high profile person. Ralph is a high profile person. Indakashanda na Tendai kaini biti ndiri organizing secretary wake. I know a lot about Tendai. And you know, he's a high profile man. Zoti akauya kuno kanopinda kana ma government offices anopinda antaura zvaanoda. He's highly regarded in this country. So vanhu vasingamuzive havamuzive. And you know, he's highly regarded in this country. It is highly regarded in this country. And all. Saka zvokunzi akazosangana nemafootballers vanenge vachida kutomuonawo biti wacho kuti ndiani. Those footballers, they like to see Tendai biti as well. Vanongomunzwa kuti biti, they want to see him as well. And it on. So the vision that Chamisa has, that's the vision that why we follow him. And it on. Saka, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to become a leader, tedzerai zvandakanchitaura. Ukakuda kuve a mere manager, no problem. No problem. Mahandshake ezano ari kupuwa vanhu aya vachiva Chamisa zoti $10, they don't work, guys, because you will never win the hearts of the people. No one is going to kutina vanhu kuti endai kwaMwonzora. That's the problem. Mazimba muri vana Thomas moda kuona ngemeso. No problem iripo atete chisli. Because zvinoitika pasipo ka hanza zviitike izvozvo. Pogba hasi Mwari. Pogba is not God. Ndakamboenda kuManchester airport ndichinotora someone abva kuZimbabwe. So I drove kuenda kuManchester airport. Unoziva kuti vanhu vakandiona ndakasvikawo ndechimotikari changu ichochi chakudhara ichi chinosekwa nemazano ichi. Ndobva ndanopaka panext motikari yaivepo yanga iri Range Rover. Saka ndakasvika ndabva ndapaka yangu ipapo, ndapaka ipapo. Saka kondambozivei pamotikari Range Rover irimo yoyo yanga Range Rover yaLukaku mubada uyo aitambira Manchester United uyo ainzi Lukaku. Saka ndakasvika ndobva ndapaka yangu mota yaLukaku iri apo. Ndobva ndabuda memwe ndichitaimira munhu wandaida kuti aburuka here mundege. Saka ndakaona mazindebvu aya munhu abuda mota ndandakapfeka imwe jezi rangu rekuno ku Middlesbrough. Saka Lukaku akabva abuda motikari. Ndobva auya patakatamira. Saka how are you guys? I don't report this because this top is Middlesbrough. Are you from Middlesbrough? Because yeah, Middlesbrough. Are you a supporter of Middlesbrough? Because no, I don't support Middlesbrough. I support Liverpool. Because all right. So you just wore it. Because yeah, that's fine. Tautaura. Saka munhu akazondikwenya anga ari padhuze panga ati Shepherd, do you know this guy? Ndikati no, I don't know him. Because this is Lukaku. Anotamba kuManchester. Ndikati but I don't know Lukaku. Because you so you didn't recognize me, man. Because no, I never recognized you. I'm so sorry, bro. Saka I don't mean chimwe chigirlfriend chake chaiuya kubva amene kuBelgium rikati chaibva kupi chimwe chimurungu chaiyo chasingagonawo chirungu. Because no, I'm just waiting for my girlfriend. I think she's just landed now. But all right, that's fine. Ndakafara. So phone yangu yakupera moto. Ndadarotora picture ndakuratidza iyi picture yacho ndichitaura naLukaku. Avashamise mafootballers. Vanhu vanogara panyika panapa. We talk to them on daily basis. Zvakafanana Benjani. I played alongside Benjani Marwaro kuJet. Benjani aitambira Jet, ndichitambira Prison. So we played against Jet. Yeah, Zimbabwe. Yeah. That's where Benjani played. Ndichitambira Prison. I don't know. Tinotsikana na Benji, but I was surprised when Benji akuno. Ari pa Sunderland Benji ndaitaura naye. Today we talked to Benjamin. We taura na Benji. Ari pa Sunderland apa 30 minutes away from me. Ndaitaura na Benji. Shapiro Debi mfesi wangu. Azvishamise, these are footballers. Andinoona. Vakawanda mafootballers anotaura nawo. Vamwe vacho ndikatotaura nemazita vamwe tikazomakisa vafana varikutamba bhora. Vamwe vafana vangu chaiyo. Andinoona. Saka footballers avashamise. Mafootballers avashamise kuti biti ataura na football. Boss biti akauya kuno vanogara kuVIP. Avashamise. Hadzi zviri muropa imina biti. Izvo kana ukada nhamba yaBenji kuti uda kutaura naBenji ndokupa nhamba yaMwari. Wotoswera wakutomava kutochata. Any footballer wanofungidzira kuti anditaure naye ndokupa nhamba. Ndinotaura naPresident wenyika. President wenyika hana basa uyawo. Akadyiwa election, takatarisa akaba election 33%. Anoona, he's just a caretaker, not a president. To ED, ukamuti is a caretaker, yes, we agree. He's just a caretaker, someone who's there ceremoniously, who knows that he can't change anything in our country. Hanzi ndoupi president wacho. Vanhu varikushamisika kuti president ndoupi. Zimbabwe so far ina president. Ina caretaker. Andoona. Boss ukadyiwa election ukaramba uripo, you are not a president, you are a caretaker. So far Zimbabwe is under a caretaker. This is why you see the country doesn't move forward. Because it has got a caretaker. Andoona. Saka caretaker munhu wekuti anytime anogona ngoitwa hoi muroad otonzibva. So ladies and gentlemen, that hour is a minute to 11, 3 hours. So let me call it a day. Ndachita kutaura mufesi inonzi ghost account uyawo kuti anything you talk about President Chamisa, block. I'm sorry. Thank you. Enjoy your night, guys. Good night. Night.